How we doing tonight, Jeff?
Doing good, doing good.
It's about time that we got another Superman film.
I guess. It feels like,
Are you telling me that you are not a fan?
I am a fan. It's just like kind of like saying, oh, it's about time we got another Hulk film. It's like, oh yeah.
Dude, I'm actually excited to have it, but I'm mixed on the subject. And before we get into it and everything, guess who's with us right now? D-Wag, Bow, brother. Crack Pack for life.
The crackhead
Good to have you
himself.
with us as always. And of course, Peter's not here yet. He had to go pick up some kids. He might come in later on, but as always, I have my good buddy guest. How we doing tonight?
Oh, doing all right, doing all right.
Awesome. So today, I don't know if you know this, but the Superman trailer dropped. Have you heard about the new Superman movie yet?
Not at all. Not even a peep.
Really?
No.
Crank up that volume over there too, man. Barely hear you. But
Oh.
yeah.
I just put the mic closer to my mouth. Is that better?
There we go. That's perfect.
Go ahead and eat it.
Yeah, so yesterday they dropped the teaser trailer, which was about 30 seconds, but then we got the full-fledged trailer today, and people have been going nuts on Twitter with this thing, man, and it is mixed. Nobody's seeing eye to eye on this thing. I'm even mixed on it. Like, I'm happy at some parts, other parts I'm like, they did this wrong, and other parts I'm like, ooh, they brought that in. Oh, they brought that back. But why is it still like this? And I'm just all over the place with it. I am not of one mind on this subject.
Well, show it to me. I need to see it. I have no idea what's going on in it.
All right. Heads up, might get a copyright claim, but we don't care because that's how we roll here. But yeah. So this is going to officially be the beginning of the cinematic universe for James Gunn's DCU, because Creature Commandos doesn't count. It's on HBO Max. Not everybody has that. Can't go see it. Too bad. But here we go. Yamcha did it better. Arguably the best part of the whole trailer.
Crypto. Home. Take me home. Superman. Superman.
How did you feel about that?
I guess I'm in the same camp as everybody else. I'm like a little optimistic about it. It doesn't look super terrible.
No, so the thing that I did not like right out the gate is that first appearance of Superman, he is beaten and battered, torn to shreds, and just heavily breathing, like barely able to catch a breath. And I'm like, that's not how you want to see your Superman right out the gate. That's something that you leave for like the end of the trailer to be like, oh shit, stuff's about to get real. You don't show that right out front the gate. I was expecting the whole like the way they did it with Superman Returns and even Christopher Reeves, like start out with the Clark Kent stuff and then go into like, oh, who's this character? Superman. And but since this isn't an origin story, they're changing it up to where Lex Luthor already hates Superman, and there are other supers in the world, and we're just, I guess, about to see how Clark Kent and the Superman duality are able to be juggled here because James Gunn said that he was afraid to take this on because he didn't know how to connect with the character because it's so difficult. And I'm thinking, nah, that's kind of BS, man. Like everybody I know knows how to connect with Superman. It's not that difficult. It's that everybody seems to get him wrong, where it's all about he's an alien. He's not from us. He's not with us. He's got superpowers. How can he relate? And I'm like, the motherfucker grew up in Kansas and he didn't get his powers until he started getting a hard on for Lana Lang. So there were like a good 13 to 16 years where he was still like a normal kid. I just don't understand how people aren't able to connect with the character.
Yeah, I mean, he is just the Ubermensch in a way. So it's like I can see what Paulus Arts is saying, and like when I first saw Crypto, I kind of had that same feeling. It's like, what the fuck, the dog, really?
Yeah. Well, James Gunn's hitting that trope with bringing in the animals now because if you remember the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, they brought in Cosmo, the Astro dog.
But that dog can talk.
And Crypto can fly and hang with Superman. What are we doing?
Just
it's a
the
fucking
dog
comic book.
the dog can talk. This one just barks. And it's kind of funny because I just watched a video, like one of Meat Canyon's videos, where he was talking about pets that eat their owners.
Oh, yeah.
And, like we just saw Superman all beat up. I'm like, damn, Crypto likes to play rough.
Meat Canyon is that kind of animation that I can't watch for long periods of time. Like if I watch one sketch, I have to wait another 3 days before I go back and watch another one because that kind of stuff kind of messes with my dream pattern. It's not good.
We saw the White Walker character you were talking about earlier, and it's like,
Yes.
I have no idea who that is. Like Darkseid, I guess.
No, that's you know what? I'm bringing up the trailer again, but I'm not going to play it through. I'm just going to go through the stills and so we can break it down. So, yeah, because this is a review and that's what we do. Okay. So already out in the snow, so we know we're up in the glaciers in the Arctics, and that's where,
in the open lot of solitude, yes.
Yeah, Fortress of Solitude. Superman eats snow.
At least it's not yellow. Or I guess green in his case.
How do you feel about that mop top right there?
That is a hairstyle.
That is atrocious.
I mean, I guess it works if you wanted to like come off as not intimidating at all.
You know what? I feel like we could have gotten away from doing the disguising Superman from Clark, because as we saw with Henry Cavill promoting the crap out of Man of Steel, nobody recognized him in New York when he was walking the streets. So if that doesn't tell you, People are really just up their own asses and in their phones, not to pay attention to other people while in New York. I would imagine Metropolis would act the same way.
Especially how everyone just keeps living there despite all the aliens come beaming straight for Metropolis.
Right? And he's a fucking foot taller than everybody. Do you see that?
Well, he's got to stand out so that we were like, oh yes, follow the mop top.
Well, you know, behind the scenes, they have him on like a platform walking into the damn building. I do like this costume.
Oh yeah, it looks good.
A lot of people didn't like it, but I do. I like how bright it is. It's very bright compared to Henry Cavill's suit, which was still good, still awesome. I didn't care for the metallic shine that it had on it, but this one just like it's like a matte coloring. It's very flat but still vibrant.
Yeah.
And see right here with the score kind of like emulating the old score from the Reeves films and then bringing back like the old school font. I know you're trying to arc back to what was and what was forgotten about the character and trying to bring it up into the now for present day.
Oh, reference baiting?
Yeah, hearing the score along with the font, I fell in love with this trailer. I thought it was great.
Not always a bad thing.
I don't know how I feel about this chick being Lois, though.
She looks like a journalist. I can believe it.
Okay, as long as you can believe it. He looks like a high schooler.
He looks like he has some mogwai in his house.
Oh man, Peter and everybody saying the costume sucks. You're full of shit. Let's see who else is around here. Superman, wheezing for Weezer. Paulie says, my brother hated the hair and Guy Gardner's hair and fat, sloppy Paul Kent. I agree with that. Paul Kent looks like complete trash. But at the same time, he looks like a farmer. I lived in Alabama. I've been around farmers, man. I lived on 14 acres. I know what that life is about. And that is very accurate.
I was going to say, Zay brought up a good point, but I didn't want to say it. But yeah, when I first saw him, I was like, is this a Japan? His hairstyle kind of gave off like a Japanese.
Talking about the hair?
He's a Japanese businessman.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's accurate. Almost as pale. But yeah, I like that he's still wearing the glasses. I like how goofy he looks. Like he does look like a full-on nerd. Like he doesn't know how to react around people. He's kind of standoffish almost. I like that they're bringing that back for the Clark Kent character.
That's fine with this, but there was this part where he's with his dad that I thought was really stiff. Like it's supposed to be like an emotional moment where it's like he's holding his dad, and the actor is just stone-faced as fuck.
Yeah, right here. You look pissed off. You don't look concerned.
Yeah.
God damn it, Dad. I wanted to go to the Howdy Towdy holiday get-together. Yeehaw.
This almost looks like the kind of scene we might be seeing in like Brightburn, where it's like the next scene is like, well, okay, Dad's not coming back.
Yeah. You see, I think this might be a flashback, unless they're actually having Paul Kent still be alive. Because he did die of a heart attack in the comics. I don't know how many times they retrofitted that, but that's what I'm sticking with. But I do like this plaid coloring right here. This is a callback to Henry Cavill's Superman. He wore those kind of dark brim colors under his journalist suit when he met Bruce Wayne and everything. So, you know, kind of reminiscent, kind of a nod. Peter says, actually, the costume is okay. It's that S that sucks. I actually like that Kingdom Come S. That's a sharp looking logo. I kind of half expected them to go the other way, to go back all the way back to 19 what is it, 1932 with Superman, where it's like a black background with a red S and then the yellow outline. I would have loved to see that be brought back. It teeters on garbage, being garbage and acceptable. Well, we accept garbage here. Welcome to the party, Ben.
What's going on, guys?
We're just breaking down the trailer for Superman. Appreciate you joining.
Yeah, no problem.
Have you seen the trailer yet?
Yes, I have.
So I know you have some words on it. Why don't you give a few?
I think my favorite part was Guy Gardner.
I did enjoy seeing Guy Gardner. I hate that hairpiece. It's a horrible hairpiece.
It's a little too obvious of a hairpiece. I mean, they could
you ain't lying.
More better wig.
Nah, so they took that from Cousin It.
Yeah, they just cut a fucking Halloween pumpkin in half and stuck it on his head.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like they were trying to make it look real, like real hair.
They should give him Coke bottle lenses to distort his eyes and look more dorky. Superman could still see through it fine. Every iteration I saw of Superman wearing glasses, he always had to like tilt the glasses up or down to use any kind of his eye visions, X-ray, heat, stuff like that.
I think Coke bottle would be getting us too close to Bubbles territory.
Yeah.
It's like Trailer Park Boys Superman edition.
Police Arts. He looks like a literal and figurative dickhead. Well, who we talk? Is it because of my Santa ears? Is it my antennae? Is it too much?
It's not about you, Jake.
Oh, okay.
It's about Guy Gardner.
My bad.
That kind of fits character.
Oops. But yeah. Of course, I've been festive on my channel for the whole month, so And all right, thank you, Police. I appreciate it. So let's scoot on out. Keep going. And here comes every female's favorite part of the trailer. Little Crypto.
Home. Take me home.
I actually like that grab that Crypto does right there because he kind of looks at it and then he like snatches it and he's like, I got you, bitch. And just takes off. He's like, I know what I got to do.
You're going to drag him somewhere quiet and need him?
I like that. I also like this shot right here.
This shot is perfection for Superman.
That is actually really good.
The little girl, you can see all the, pillars and everything coming down. Superman just sweeps right. That is a perfect shot. That is a screensaver right there.
Though it does look like it gave him a pompadour.
You can't control your hair when you're moving at light speed.
Just enough hair gel. That's all you need.
Oh my God.
Gallons of hair gel.
It's a Dogecoin. Oh my God. Elon paying for heavy marketing. Yeah. You ain't lying. But let's keep going. So he saves the little girl. That is just a great shot.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, Nick Holt as Lex Luthor. I'm kind of digging it, man. I'm kind of digging it. Let me know what you think in the chat, because I honestly think he's a really good actor.
Yeah.
And if he stays away from the Jesse Eisenberg version, or even just like plays with it a little bit, but still stays like the stoic Michael Rosenbaum, I think we got a pretty good like heavy hitter for Lex Luthor.
Yeah, to that point, I want to say that was a really smart move by James Gunn to have someone like Nick Holt of his caliber of acting be Lex Luthor,
right? And
just a no-name, someone that we don't know, play Superman.
Yeah, because half the time you see him, he's in X-Men as Beast in the First Class series.
Right, yeah.
And not many people get to see him outside of that, so...
that was kind of dynamic with Smallville, too, with Michael Rosenbaum being the more tenured actor.
I love this shot of the Luthor Core logo. It just shows you how big and bombastic and egotistical Luthor is actually going to be here. I mean,
you can say the actor's already has experience with crystals.
now that I kind of like threw my head back at a bit. I suspect that is a kryptonite bullet and a gun, but he's dressed like Hitman.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought. It's crazy.
Agent 47.
Yes, that's immediately what I thought. And then I was like, I remember when the first Hitman came out. They got a real young dude. Was it the same guy? So I went and searched it up. It wasn't Nick Holt. It was a different dude. But if there's a barcode tattooed on the back of his head, I'm going to riot. But I wonder what's going on back here. It looks like old files, like paper files, like he's hiding out in the records room.
He's in a book repository.
Yeah.
Superman.
Okay, that was very reminiscent of the first Man of Steel when the what do you call it? The courthouse blew up. Oh, guess what? We got a new challenger.
The hell, man? I've been back there for like 10 minutes.
I'm blown up on the trailer, and I'm not even on the actual like StreamYard, so I didn't even see. My bad.
Nah, it's all good, dude. That's why I'm like in the chat going, the fuck, man? I actually got a few things to say about this trailer.
Good.
Right off the bat, I like that they're kind of going with the classic Superman theme song, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
love it.
I wish they went a little bit more retro sounding instead of with that guitar and everything.
Corey
Yeah, what's up, Corey? The problem that I have is that theme song makes me think everything's gonna be okay. It's Superman, and the first shot we get of him is like crouching like a broken child in the snow, breathing. He can't barely breathe. He's like. Another thing I wouldn't put in a Superman trailer is like the moment of defeat, because it makes him instantly weak. And when you have that theme song playing in the background, I want to see Superman saving some people. You know, I want to see, I want to feel hope, because that's what that song represents to me. That's what I think of. That's how I feel.
Agreed.
And I don't like that they started off with him. And I like Krypton, the dog.
Crypto, yeah.
I think that should have been a cameo in the movie. I don't know if that's something, again, along with every other character in this trailer. There's a lot of people that's going to be in this movie. Is this a Superman movie, or is this like a DC Legends, whatever? What is that book called where it's got all the people in it?
The encyclopedia?
It's like that encyclopedia. It's like this. I feel like if we're going to reboot Superman and everybody's expectations, let's get that classic song back in there. Let's show some classic Superman saving people, being selfless, doing all that. And we'll get to the drama in the movie.
Yeah.
And save some cameos for the damn movie, man.
Not only that, so when I first saw this, I very much felt like even though we were getting like new character or new actors, new suits and everything, the tone, even with the score on, the lighting, the kind of like blurry, gritty camera felt so much like Snyderverse.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I'm like, are we getting away from Snyderverse, or are we like giving a nod to it? I thought we were disconnecting from it, and that's why we got rid of the actors we had.
I thought we were trying something fresh, or we're trying to like make people happy again.
Yeah.
Although I do like the little S curl. That's fun. They got that in there.
Yeah,
his hair
it needs to be more like in the middle right here, but you know, off to the sides, it should be like right here. I don't know why.
Okay.
This is Michael Jackson. This isn't Superman. Superman's right here.
Oh yeah. You're right. He did just go through battle. Maybe got pushed back a little.
Maybe. Yeah, you do see the debris on his suit.
Is he wearing I forget. Does he have the red underwear on in this, or is it like Zack Snyder?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. I dig that.
He's even got the S on the back of his cape right there. You can see.
That's cool. Yeah. Is he gonna throw it on somebody and like saran wrap? He's gonna saran wrap them.
Yeah. All right.
Is
So
that
here
Superman
comes
2?
where we start getting a little divisive with characters.
Oh my god.
All right, let's get
the Lantern. Yeah, that Green Lantern. The Hitman. I like it.
Stag Industries.
I like that you called him Hitman. That was funny. The Lex
Yeah,
Luthor.
if you saw that upward
does-
shot right when Superman was looking down, it did say Stag. And so that's Simon Stagg from the comics.
So this Green Lantern, is this a version of Green Lantern that anybody likes? Because the picture, I was not
Yes.
aware of this Green Lantern, and I don't know a whole lot about Green Lantern, so I'm ignorant on this. That haircut is ridiculous, and even though my work in the comics, they needed to do something
Yes.
different. And is this the Green Lantern that we all want? Because I know we all want a different Green Lantern. We want to
So
see a cool Green Lantern. Is this the guy we
I
want
actually
here?
love Guy Gardner, which is this Green Lantern here, because he is an asshole in the
Yeah,
comics.
Yeah. I mean, in
And-
the comics, he does look cool. Even with that haircut, he looks a lot cooler than this.
No,
or this.
that haircut does not look cool anywhere you put it.
No.
I think you know who I'm thinking is Billy Kincaid when I see this guy. It's like somebody handed right here. It's like Billy Kincaid is a Spawn character, and they gave the ring to Billy. Like he's about to do some shit to kids
God.
right there, man.
No, but
Am I wrong? That's totally Billy, man.
so
Yeah,
we're in the
really on a
Stag.
weight loss program.
Should he have the yellow ring?
No, not yet. But so we're in the Stag building, right? And what threw me off was his outfit, because that is not a Green Lantern uniform, right? Because when we
Yeah.
go ahead and we see Hot Girl next,
We had
it's the
talked
same
about this
fucking
at one
looking
point.
outfit.
It's like in the Avengers, Iron Man gave everybody super suits, and they all kind of look
Right.
the same. I'm wondering if that's something that's going to happen here.
Well, Superman was in there, bent over, looking defeated in the Stag building, right? And that's where Green Lantern
Mhm.
met him. And if he's wearing that costume and she's wearing that costume, is Stag kind of like the benefactor for these two right now?
Are they like Alpha Core?
See, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. What do they call themselves? Like the Justice Squad, or they can't go full on Justice League this early
Well,
in the game.
considering we're not really paying attention and doing origin stories, I mean, what can you really do?
That's another question that I have. Is this another Superman origin story?
No.
Okay.
James Gunn said he doesn't care for origin stories, and this is not one.
Okay, that's actually refreshing because we've had enough origin stories.
But
I'm
like-
done with those.
I like this Hot Girl outfit. It reminds me of the Injustice video game, and it reminds me of Justice League, the animated series, her helmet.
Yeah.
And the actress that they got to play Hot Girl, she is stunning. Like to me, she looks like the younger sister of Zoe Kravitz.
You think
How
it's
do
going
you-
to be a Hot Girl versus Silver Surfer, like chick off or whatever, girl off?
I'd take Hot Girl over the
Girl.
female Silver Surfer any day.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, Zayd said it.
Chrome
Hot
tatas.
Girl.
Yeah, this definitely
Girl.
looks. This chick looks better than the Silver Surfer.
How do
chick.
you feel about those wings right there?
They look solid to me.
Nah, for human size, I think they need to be bigger.
Well, like scientifically, maybe, but in the comics, did they ever draw them that much bigger than that?
Oh yeah.
Kinda.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. They got huge.
Okay. Again, I'm not too. I'm more of a Marvel reader, so every time we get into DC, I
That's
have
okay.
read some Batman in my day, and I have read the Death of Superman
Sure.
and some Superman comics.
Well,
And
imagine Angel with those kind of wings.
Yeah, well, Angel was always drawn with like real, especially when he was Archangel. Man, those wings got wild. But a Hot
but
Girl,
even
I'm
in
not too familiar with Hot Girl in the comics.
Even in the film, though, like his wings like extended like 3 yards. It was
Mhm.
like he had some wingspan.
I mean,
Hot
I've
Girl,
seen the
this
pictures
just-
of Hot Girl, but they look roughly this size to me
right.
in the comics.
She's
But
pulling
I
off a
like that she
bumblebee.
has her mace. I think that's
Yeah,
classic.
Badass.
What was that?
Yeah, what is that? A dragon? An alien dragon?
I don't know what that is.
We were talking about Supergirl, all right, and how that they're Woman of Tomorrow or whatever, and how they're trying to go more sci-fi with this. And I'm almost obviously we're getting a lot of aliens in this movie. I don't know how important Lex is going to be. Obviously, he plays an important role because he's prominent in this trailer. But
Right.
these monsters look very like alien from another planet, and so I'm wondering if that's kind of like bringing in more of a sci-fi element to the DC universe, which is kind of cool.
I have no problem with them doing that, but James Gunn can't say it's going to be more grounded and then bring in outer space aliens. And
That's
but
true.
this
I don't
this
know.
is the first shot of anything like outside of grounded for
What
this
about
film.
that? What about that shot where Superman's in that apartment, and then the background is like Starro or something in there?
Oh, that comes
like
up, that little like
blasting.
orb of light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter and his orbs.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
fuck those orbs, man. I'm sick of this. People got
But
infected with orb.
That creature's not very menacing looking. You look at its face; it looks kind of
Kind of like
kind
a
of
puppy
dumb.
dog. Like a pug
Yeah.
a pug dog or whatever those things
if it
are
could
called.
speak, it would say, "Hey, you guys!"
If you
it's a
could speak, you'd be
mutated
like,
crypto.
yeah, this crypto gonna take. I'm putting money. Crypto takes that guy out.
Probably. All right, and then we move on.
There we
There's
go.
the shot with that big.
Fucking orbs.
See, those are Brainiac colors. I don't care how you cut it. Those are Brainiac colors.
He does like his
Purple and
purples
green is
greens.
Brainiac.
It could be a brain. And that's very specific color choices.
It is
Yeah,
getting
or
towards
Lex
that
Luthor.
time of it's getting that time near New Year's. This could be the ball gone crazy.
Oh, so Ben, you're saying that might be like Lex's invention or something?
Yeah, it could be like Luthor Cortec. Because remember, like his armor, his battle armor suit is like green.
Yeah,
purple.
Yeah.
It's also green and purple,
I like
right?
that.
That's interesting. And we did see a lot of Lex in this trailer.
But why do they not
Hitman.
look like they're worried about it or going to take any action?
Well, they got to have their sentimental moment. And she's
You're right.
it's
They're on a
Lois
date.
Lane. So if they do any justice to her character, she's batshit crazy, and so she's going to be more concerned with having her conversation with him than saving the city. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And eventually, he's going to have to like spank her, and then go
Yeah.
out and save.
I think that happens in this scene. But
That's the second scene we've seen where it's like it feels like it's the acting isn't what's going on and like what we're seeing. It
Yeah.
kind of gives me vibes that we might be getting a real stilted acting in a lot of this.
oh yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Right here, we see a shot of the Fortress of Solitude, bringing back the crystals.
Yeah. I like it.
I always loved the Crystal Fortress. I didn't care for the Spaceship Fortress from Man of Steel.
Is that robot? There was a scene I saw where he's like holding a robot. Like, is that from the Fortress of Solitude? Is that like?
It could be.
It
yeah,
looked
probably
like
one of
old
his
school.
droids.
Yeah,
So we
like
gotta cook.
I like that they didn't make it all weird, futuristic. It almost looks like Jack Kirby could have drawn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or designed it. I like that classic sci-fi robot, technology look.
He got his ass kicked and he's crying. That's a teardrop.
Could be sweat. You don't know.
No,
Yeah,
no, that's
His
a
eyes are sweaty.
teardrop.
he's definitely a better looking Lex Luthor than that Snyder Luthor.
Oh, Jesse
like that.
Eisenberg.
I like the actor, but man, I wasn't getting Lex Luthor vibes off of him. I was just getting like
I
whiny
blame-
trust fund.
I blame
kid
Snyder
vibes.
for that direction,
Mm.
or at least I will.
You know what I'm more curious about with all of this new Gunn's universe? I want to see what Batman looks like. Like I know that they got Patterson going right now with the
Right.
Elseworld stuff, but yeah, I want to see the Batman that goes in this universe.
Crypto could dig a hole to. Oh yeah, definitely. I wish Lex would step back from that ledge, my friend.
Right?
What else we got? Oh, so that dude there.
Who is that?
I don't know, but he's taking on Superman. Yeah,
And
that's crazy. So in the
Superman's not happy
still
about it.
shots, Ben, you know about this one?
I don't. I've heard rumors that it could be Ultraman, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I heard about too. So he's fully like covered up. So he's got to be like some kind of clone because it reminds me of Dark Noir from The Boys. You know
Mhm.
how they
Oh,
did the
yeah.
whole cover up because he's a clone of Homelander.
Yeah, in the
Right,
comics
yeah.
at least.
Yeah, in the comics they fucked it up for the show. But Mr. Terrific, which give or take, I don't really care.
Everybody's all crowing about Mr. Terrific. I've never heard of that character. Again, Marvel guy, but at least I've heard of some of these big players. You know, I know
So,
the Justice League.
I've seen
Teen
Mr.
Titans.
Terrific and only the animated movie films and in Young Justice. I have never seen him in Justice League or Unlimited, and I could be wrong. I could have just missed the episodes, but I've
very
never
few.
seen him in those.
So
He
he's
was
like
in
an Ozymandias kind of character, or Iron Man, or something. Could it be
Yeah,
him?
he's
that
like
had-
one of the, if not the smartest person in the world, he is one of the top 3.
So could it been like if it's an Ozymandias, whatever kind of Bruce Wayne? Could the suits be from him?
I don't think he has that kind of coin.
Oh, okay. So
I think he's more science than he is,
funding.
philanthropy. Yeah. But I don't know how I feel about that mask. You see how the T kind of like outlines his, cheekbones, and
it does kind of contrast with the idea that they're going a little bit old school with not the costumes in general, but with Superman. They're
yeah.
obviously making his costume brighter. They're going back to the more classic design. And then you get this, and it does stand out. It's kind of
Well, you can tell from the suit here that it's almost identical to Hot Girls and Guy Gardner's. So
Yeah. They're on a
are
team,
they
obviously.
all on the same fucking team? Like, what's going on with Stag Industries?
What other teams were there in the DC other than Justice League?
Justice League, Teen Titans, Justice Society of America, Teen Titans West, The Outsiders.
Any candidates for these characters?
None that I know of outside of Justice League.
I think they might be a little too old for Teen Titans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paulie says
I don't know, maybe.
Ultraman, maybe. Hope he takes his mask off. That it's Henry Cavill. That would be a great deep dive. That would be a deep cut. I would piss my pants in happiness.
I also
Yeah, we
don't like
missed-
how they get all dramatic with when they do nostalgia bait with the music.
Mm-hmm.
Now this song I love. I mean, I love the original. But every time you get all nostalgia, but you add the piano, it always starts off with the piano, and then they hit that note that's in the original theme song, and then they throw dramatic shit, and they try to make it like, I'm not nostalgic anymore. I'm sorry, and this is one of the most nostalgic songs I would have in my, or whatever, something that would
Right.
affect me, and more than Ghostbusters, and and I feel nothing. Like I want to like it more because I love Superman. I love the classic Superman movies. I love them. And this is not doing that for me. This is like a weird. I feel like you're not trying that hard to get me all nostalgic either.
So I've heard complaints about this Superman not smiling in the trailer. So I went back and I watched a couple other trailers. We didn't have Superman smile since Brandon Ruth took it up in Superman Returns.
Well, being Superman's a hard life. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's so difficult.
And nobody's Christopher Reeves.
So difficult.
Wait a minute. Christopher Reeves smiled in The Flash. That Flash movie. Didn't they show him in that, like, for a half second? I swear I saw Christopher Reeves and he smiled.
No, I'm talking about the trailers. In the trailers, we haven't had a Superman smile since Brandon Ruth taking up the mantle for Batman Returns. Henry Cavill never did, and neither is David Cornsweet right now. But yeah,
did we miss the robot?
Apparently, we missed the robot, and we missed that Ice Walker, that White Walker. That is Metamorpho, apparently.
I still think they're putting a lot. They're packing in this movie, and I don't know why it's so hard for DC to just nail it. You know, why is it every single time?
Sometimes packing's a bad idea because you can't give screen time enough for all of those characters.
That was one of the major problems with the Avengers movies, was trying to give them all equal screen time, but still tell a story. Mm-hmm. And even though the end game was all right, but I think Infinity War was better.
Yeah.
But still, it had that. If there was a downside, it was that there was too many stories going on at once. Ultimately, those were pretty good. That was pretty well done with that kind of cast. It's an impressive feat that they accomplished, but I feel like it could have been better. I don't know. And I feel like they're trying to do something similar with this without as much thought and effort behind it. Like, I just feel like they don't put a whole lot of thought behind this shit anymore.
Well, they're just packing in so much. You know that they're going to miss a thread or two somewhere in that film. And
that's fine. A couple of missteps, who cares? But they're starting off this whole thing. I want to like it, and I'm going to give it a shot. I'll watch the movie. But right now, I'm like, meh. I'm mid. It doesn't look like something. It's just streaming for me. I'll wait till it streams, until another trailer drops or they do a better job trying to hook me. I'm just like, okay, Netflix or whatever, whenever it's on streaming. And this is not a good time to do that, you know? Right now is the time to get people back in theaters. You got to have a next big shebang, and if they're going to relaunch the DC universe, then they got to sell it, man.
So, yeah, I'm still hopeful for this film, but yeah, I'm still skeptical because it feels so much like we just didn't really like get away from the Snyderverse. It feels like we're just like creeping along with it, and we're not really trying to separate. I know the suit's separating it, but I kind of tweeted at James Gunn, and I was like, what are we doing, man? I thought you were complaining that Snyderverse was too stoic and depressing. What have we changed?
Right? He was the one that did Guardians of the Galaxy, right? A lot of fun. Those movies were way better than I thought than they deserved to be, honestly, when they first started coming out. I always liked Guardians of the Galaxy. They were pretty cool, but they weren't a main hitter. When that movie came out, I was like, this is actually one of my favorite Marvel movies, is this the part 1 and 2. Part 3,
right,
I don't dislike it, but it's not as good as the first two.
I hear you. But yeah, that was the trailer, guys, and that was only supposed to take up like a half hour for the show, but we're at 45 minutes. But I did have an actual topic to discuss for the show, and that topic, there was something a couple days ago I watched on Bancroft's channel, and it kind of struck a nerve. And it's titled,
what do you do this time?
It's nothing per se. This was 8 days ago. It's titled "The Number One Problem with Indie Comics." All right.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew this is where it's coming.
And
those Aussies, you can't trust them. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them over the river. I mean, over the ocean.
It's not so much as a problem as it is just a hindrance. And let me just read the caption that he has for it. Indie comics, creator-owned comics, and small press comic books are on the rise. But there's a major issue that many independent comic book creators are facing right now. Too many creators and not enough fans. If you're a fan of superhero comics, science fiction, or comic book art, you've likely noticed that while the indie comic scene is thriving with creativity and diversity, it often feels like there are more creators than readers. So why aren't indie comics breaking through the way they should? Okay.
I do agree. There's a lot of creators in this space because it's kind of the space. I hate saying that phrase, but in this community, there's a lot of creators because we're all drawn to it, right? But and so it's up to us to bring in the audience now, right? As all these, there's a lot of creators in this in the.
Oh, no doubt. And we've
But all got to be bringing in
this
people.
little corner. Yeah,
we got to be bringing people into this thing and bringing the fan base, indie comics back around.
See, there's a problem with the creators and the way they want to go about it.
Totally.
I'm about to have some hot takes here that are going to get me, going to have a target on my back.
Oh, hold on. Before you get started, there we go. That's
But, okay. So we say that there are too many creators or not enough fans, or we just have a lot of creators and not enough fans to go around. Are you getting off the streams? Are you actually going to are you going to conventions? Are you going out into the world and are you doing some actual marketing? Or are you just planning yourself on the same 8 goddamn channels that you visit every once in a while? And then just like, hey guys.
Or try to get a new audience in. There's ways to do it, not just on YouTube. And if you're going to do it on YouTube, there's ways to get new people in. And it's not doing live streams. As much as I hate that I'm kind of talking about myself here and you. But making content to get YouTube to boost you in the algorithm so that you're not just talking to the same people who are subscribed to you from Twitter or wherever else they know you from. We've all got to do this, make content, and that's from the bottom to the top. But on your point, getting out in the world and spreading the good word, you know what I mean? That's also important. You probably get more people that way. Because you'll find conventions, you'll find people who actually want to read comic books.
When Guest and I go to conventions like Dragon Con and shit, I make him spend like half of our vacation in Artist Alley. I'm there for the books and the creative side of it. How long did we stay in Artist Alley when we went to Anime Weekend?
A long time. I'm usually there for the alcohol and the cosplay girls.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, man.
I like Artist Alley too.
The creator of Calico there at Anime Weekend, and he was there shilling out books and selling.
Even those guys that I showed that book, the Don't Pay the Ferryman or whatever, that was an Artist Alley. It was only $5, and those guys were cool, so I checked it out. And the covers were badass. The book itself, man, it needed some work. It needed a lot of work.
Right.
But I love Artist Alley. I even bought a book from a guy, and then I was like, hey, can y'all sign it for me? They're from here in Waco. And they're like, yeah, man, we'll sign it. And then they hand it back to me and see that I'm wearing Cyber Frog, and they're like, oh, are you Comicsgate?
I hate that.
And I was like, yes, I am Comicsgate. We rock, dude. You should be Comicsgate. And he's like, no, y'all are, I don't want to be a bigot or some stupid shit. I open his book, and on the first page, it's his a list of ethics of diversity and all this shit in his book. It's back there. I could pull it up. I don't want to. It's like, it is a fun read. I don't want to shit on those guys. Their book was okay, and it's cool seeing them make comics. But come on, man.
Like, I understand where Bancroft's coming from. I get it. They're like. The fans are the creators and the creators are the fans. That's right. That is accurate. What is anybody doing about it?
Where's all the Comicsgate guys going to conventions? I know there's some. There are a few people.
There's a few.
But are they saying, hey, join us? Or are they saying, come check out my channel?
I
You know?
think it is so much of a hot button to bring it up out there in modern media land that you might get people not coming to your booth. You might have people coming toppling over your table. Who knows what could happen?
And there is something to be said. I would say I would point most of this towards the mid to smaller creators. I understand the big guys. They used to work for the big companies. If they're going to be at a show, it needs to
Right.
be an event, right? And if they're just going to start randomly showing up, they do kind of open themselves up because of the misguided hatred. What's
The
up, Mo
myth, the
Biggs?
legend is here.
I kind of
What up, Mo?
understand why they wouldn't be at a convention or as many conventions.
Right.
They should really be getting paid to go to conventions. But but everybody else, we got to, man. We got to
It's
get
hard
out
when
there.
you're blacklisted.
Yeah,
I mean,
that too.
technically.
And if you are, then you're either going to get canceled again, like we saw with John Malin and Shane with the last convention, C2E2, or they're going to get like attacked or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not to not to say that's a huge likelihood, but it is a possibility.
So, see, my thing was about if you're just joining us, we're talking about the 15-minute video that Michael Bancroft made on his show called The Number One Problem with Indie Comics. It's too many creators, not enough fans. And so we're just spitballing back and forth on that one right now. Mo Big says, I feel naked and objectified without my trusty wrench. How do I give out wrenches? If he wants one, I'll give him one. But how do I give them out if I'm not using the premium?
Get the 3 dots over his name, or if you hover over his name.
Yeah.
Click on the
it
3
says
dots,
delete
maybe?
comment, put user in timeout, or ban user and delete their comments.
All 3. That's how you give him a wrench. You got to do all 3.
When I actually get like the premium Mo, I'll definitely do that for you. But
is this video Michael did? Is this the video where that cheeky koala starts moving in on our eucalyptus?
Oh no, that's not that one. That was another.
So he's at it again. When is this guy going to learn?
Again, man, he's trying. He's lighting a fire under me, man, and I'm not liking it. But yeah. So our corner is the creators as fans and the fans as creators. That is us. That is what we do.
Yes. Totally.
Now that we've bitched about it, what are we going to go out there and do about it? Are we just going to stay here and just reminisce and complain about it? Or are you actually going to go out there, make some friends, talk about it, be like, hey, have you guys heard of Comicsgate? Because I was wondering about checking those guys out. Play it low like you've just now heard of them and try to introduce yourself to be like, what is their idea first? And then be like, well, I watched this one thing and it didn't seem like they were acting that way. That's how you like covert operation when you want to get people into it.
I just outright walk around telling them, yeah, I'm Comicsgate. And if they're like, oh, yeah, or this or that. And it didn't happen as much. It did happen a few times, but not. It wasn't like the whole convention. I'm getting like the stink eye. It's just a few guys are like, oh, you're one of them. I'm like, yeah, that I am. I love comics. Like, this is what we're cool, man. Like, what's up with the hate, bro? Pump the brakes on the hate.
It's so stupid. I've got no problem like wearing a Comicsgate hat or a shirt somewhere to a convention.
I'm on right now, bro.
But if somebody comes up to me and goes like, dude, you're Comicsgate, that's gay. I'm just going to be like, man.
Not as gay as Marvel and DC.
Right? But it's just, I'm tired of it being so divisive. That's the issue, which I know we are.
That's up to all of us to change.
That's
up to everybody to present ourselves and show the Comicsgate rocks, and we're good guys.
Only so many of us can make the change, and others are still going to act the same way, and it's going to hinder all of us in the group.
You know what?
We can only move.
That's on us too.
The farthest person in the back of the line, and
but you're missing the point. That's on us too, because they've got their channel. Some people have their channels. They're doing their thing. We're all Comicsgate, so we've got to build our audience too. And if we believe what we're talking about, then I believe in Comicsgate. I believe in the community. I believe in just about everybody involved in Comicsgate.
Every creator that I've met and that has actually stuck around, I wholeheartedly believe in.
And that's all of us got to go out and show Comicsgate rocks. You know,
Yeah.
there's always going to be people that you just kind of go, oh
Rub
yeah,
elbows.
he's like the
Yeah.
redheaded, bastard stepchild or whatever. We just say, okay, Timmy, we put him off to the side and say, go sit in the corner for a bit. It's cool that you're here.
I think in a growth sense, the best move for Bancroft would be to stick to shorts, and I don't mean the sequin booty shorts from his rollerblading days. It says "Juicy Aussie" right there on.
Yeah, right.
That's gay, isn't that supposed to be a compliment from their perspective? Very true, very true.
Yeah, right. That's
But
a good point.
I'm all about as soon as you get your campaign funded to get out there and go to a convention with it. But they're like, I don't know if I'll make back the money that I put in on the table. Like, dude, you took that gamble when you made the comic. Go out there and fucking do it again.
There's also ways around that. And his name is Luke Korolowitz or whatever. I don't know how to spell. I don't know how to pronounce
what was that last name?
It's Korolowitz or something. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I got to hand it to that guy. He does these videos where he goes out, he draws these, he's doing his best, he's doing his drawings, he takes them to conventions and just walks around and sells them for $20. Mm-hmm. And he's got video after video of him selling. He'll do a drawing of a character, find somebody that looks like that character, talk them up, and then they'll end up buying his drawing. If he can do that with his drawings, anyone can do that with their comic book. And you don't even have to get a booth. Honestly, if the money for the booth is the issue, pay $50, however much to take ridiculous price for the ticket.
Oh yeah,
and then just walk around with a backpack and your books and just sell them like you used to see people do outside of concerts with CDs.
Cosplay as a dude sitting at a table. What are they going to do? Kick you out for just such a non-controversial costume?
No shit. Make a fake table around yourself. You know what I mean?
Have everything in your backpack.
Yeah, you are the booth, and have the booth and your stand and everything. Just have everything ready to go. Walk around the whole convention. You'll get way more eyes on you than any single booth would.
Right.
Bright lights, and you don't have to pay for booth space.
Oh man,
that's
actually the way to go, man.
Yeah.
I think next time we hit a convention, I'm going to do that. I got boxes ready to go, but
and your spectacles, so you get a lot of attention if you did that.
Oh yeah. But the thing, like, we need to somehow expand Comicsgate, because right now we're just like breathing.
I think that we were, and that's a weird one because I think the past few years, maybe 2 years, it has been kind of like doing that thing.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if that's because of the Biden. For lack of a better term, Biden recovering from all the shit from the past 4 years. Is it a little mixture of cleaning house, I guess, or what? People being disenfranchised, whatever the argument is.
Well, we'll be honest. Like when we were
growing now,
we'll be honest. When we were going through COVID, we all got stimulus checks. That was extra money that honestly I didn't need because I was still fucking working. So I put it towards comics.
I put mine in Bitcoin. I thought I'm gonna try this Bitcoin thing out.
That's awesome.
Right. It's not amazing. I'm not like a billionaire or nothing, but I think it's
Same.
doubled.
Just a billionaire.
Yeah, no. Like I turned whatever the $1,000 check to $2,000 in 4 years. So
there you go.
Sound business decision. In 4 years, I made $1,000. Good, let's go Bitcoin.
But yes, Ben, what do you guys think about how we could like move and get this thing expanding? Because all we do is complain most of the time about either each other or how like we're just like sitting here remaining the same, or people are leaving and we're getting smaller. So what from an outside source here and then from another?
Ben's been around forever, man. You've been around before.
Has he been around? Because I only came in around
last
2018, 2019.
Yeah, am I right, Ben? You've been around longer than me, and I've been around since.
Yeah, probably 2017, somewhere around there. 2016, somewhere in there. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on? Well, I think we're a little bit. I think we've grown in the past 2 years.
We have grown, but we did shrink there for a while. I think our biggest issue is we've gotten too lax, too comfortable.
Hey, that's a good point.
Like like Jake mentioned, we're sitting here on the same streams that we do. We really don't move past the social media that we're comfortable with. I
Yeah.
think it's all about thinking about marketing. Like how do mangas market their books?
They're
Is
on
it just
every
about
shelf.
that's what I was going to say. Is it just about
Yeah.
accessibility? Is that the only thing they have going for them, or is there something else? How did they get there in the first place?
No. I think accessibility is a big one, but I'm not sure how accessible accessibility is to most creators. Like how do you
Right.
get on the shelves of Walmart? We've seen what happens if you're not
Oh yeah, you're talking
ready
about
for
North
that.
Saga and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what happened? Well, I was thinking, was it Red Rooster was the one that was a big flop because they weren't necessarily prepared or they didn't handle that right or something.
Mm-hmm.
But there might be other ways, other shelves to get on. I heard somebody was getting their book or their toys into Dollar Tree, and then also like Ollie's or something. There's got to be a way to get into the. I go look at books at Ollie's, Entertainment Mart. Hell, even if y'all have half price bookstores,
Yeah.
Yeah, Ollie's is all around me down here.
you take all your extra floppies or you make a bunch of cheap floppy reads, start throwing them in the stores, comic book stores. Although I will say most people, that's not necessarily the best way to get
Well, see,
out there.
I
Is
did
comic
that with a couple comics from my first issue of Cobalt, right? There's a little LCS near me when I lived in Hendersonville. And
Be right back.
I didn't make any money from it, but I took some in. And I was like, hey, man, I just created this comic. I was real good buddies with him because I had my own pickup box while I was there. And so I went in with like a handful stacks and a couple stickers of the character also. I was like, hey, guys, I just funded this thing. I've gotten some pretty good feedback on it. And I just wanted to give it to you guys so you can put it on your shelves and you can sell it if you want to or give it out free. I don't care. And just want to put it out there. But, if I can't get any money, I was wondering, could I get like some back issues? He's like, oh yeah, dude, go over there and get some back issues for these things. Like, let's see, you gave us 10, just go out there, get whatever you want, get another handful. And since those ones aren't as thick as an 80 bit piece of paper for these, because these are thick, sturdy pages for the book, I was able to get like triple the stack of what I did for the couple issues that I gave them. And he was like, yeah, that's fine, man. Nobody wants those anyway. And I was like, well, motherfucker, I do. And so, yeah, it's just a way of wheeling and dealing just to get your product out. And
Yeah.
actually, I had one individual that bought my book reach out to me and tell me that he enjoyed it. He was like, hey, Mike brought this to me and was like, you created this. And I just want to tell you that was pretty entertaining.
Nice.
And I was like, that's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I get hearing it from, our community because, we're trying to keep each other going and,
Right.
not quit and everything. But hearing an outside source, dude, that hit right there because, I was wondering for real quick. I was like, man, are people just being nice? Yada, 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 yada. And no, that was cool. I like it.
Dude,
so, yeah, get out there,
rock.
go to your local comic shop, go to conventions. Dude, you're in marketing. That is what this is. You're not just selling a product. You're not just making a comic book. You are a marketing tool now. Buck up because it's going to get rough the higher you go.
How hard would it be to call a comic book store across the country? Call just comic book stores and say, "Hey, I got a book. Curious if you want a couple copies. I'll sell it to you wholesale or something, and then just get them out there. And if you want more, hit me up."
I don't know how to wrench Mo. How do I wrench Mo?
I think you need to go into your YouTube studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got YouTube Studio on my phone.
It's been a while since I've done
it.
I've got Earn. That ain't happening. Community analytics, content, and dashboard.
I believe it's under community.
Community. I've got comments, returning viewers, comments, community spotlight. No, I don't see.
I thought you just hovered over their name or something.
Well, you're obviously
In
wrong because I
YouTube.
already tried that.
Yeah, but you did that in StreamYard, not YouTube.
No, I did that on YouTube. I streamed over 3 dots and I looked and I couldn't do it.
Oh. Maybe try it in StreamYard.
But yeah.
Okay,
Mo,
go
as soon
to
as I figure out how to wrench you, I will. Like, no doubt.
go to settings, then community. Sorry about that.
Go to settings and then community.
Yeah.
We need some wrenches up in here.
Settings.
I want a wrench too now that I think about it.
Okay, now my setting says push notifications permission. View permissions for your channel. Creator demographics appearance. Open source licenses. No, I don't want to do that.
Darren, don't say it can't. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Even wrenching
Invite.
from StreamYards.
Mo, I need your email address, apparently.
And the little 3 digits from the back of
See,
your
this
credit
isn't the way you wrench somebody, is it? I know it's not. Let's see. Let's look at the chat a little bit more.
Yeah, you
Mo
got
and
to
D-Wag's
URL
back.
on there.
Zade's here again. I don't know if Hail D-Wag, he said he would when he figures out how. He's got to open up YouTube on his phone or on another tab. So YouTube, not YouTube Studio.
Yeah, YouTube Studio, and then you go over to click on his name.
Settings. No, that's
Yeah, that's what we need
nice.
right now, Mo. Is do you have Visa or is it a
Yeah.
MasterCard?
Mo, hit me up in the DMs and I'll try and figure it out later. But I don't know if you got to have the premium to wrench somebody or not. Zade's a
That's
big
interesting.
wuss.
Who are we talking about wrenching, anyways?
From tool to marketing tool. Yes, that's exactly right.
Mo Biggs.
Mo Biggs.
Mo Biggs.
Go to the stream on my phone.
Mo Biggs.
This is way more
snap.
difficult than it should be, isn't it? All right, I'm on the actual thing. I see an X and scissors. There's live chat. Go to live. You can't from StreamYard. Laugh at boomers. Go to the StreamYard from your phone. Click on his name. This is bullshit. All right. Add as moderator.
Oh, you found it? Where was it at?
Yeah, you go to the YouTube stream that you're streaming on. You go to the live chat and you click on the person, and it gives you the option to add him as a mod.
That is what I said from the beginning.
Shut the fuck up.
You're making me
Learning
drink.
something new. Just conveniently, you had the bottle to begin with.
You see what you're making me do? This bottle was up to here or something like that.
Hang on. All right. Mo Biggs and D-Wag are both mods now.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
You know what? I was going to ask Darren yesterday. We were talking about the chat, the show, the chat. Do you know anything about what happened to Vanessa? Because we're doing these streams. Right now, it's the perfect time for her to start hassling us for all the shit we used to do in her chat, you know?
Yeah.
Where
she?
is she? She needs to be over here giving us shit.
I miss her. I want Vanessa back. Danger Vanessa, she was sassy. I like Danger Vanessa. Just her attitude. It's like, this is a woman I want to take out to have a beer
She needs
with.
to get back. She needs to come back over here. Especially now that she can come give us the same amount of shit that we used to troll her chat with. Maybe we'll do an awards show. And then if I do an awards show, it's going to be completely fucking rigged. Nobody stands a chance. Everything's going to be the Peter Orchard. It's going to be the Peter Orchard Awards. and I'm just going to give myself an
straight.
award for everything. And I'm going to beat all. Dude, just wait and see. With those awards, I'm going to beat everybody. I'm going to beat.
Yo,
The top-
Admiral Whackass is here.
Hey, Admiral Whackass.
Welcome,
I
bud.
haven't heard that name in a while.
No kidding.
Peter, like up for best artist, Peter Orchard Studios or Frank Frazetta or Steve Ditko. Peter Orchard wins.
That'd be funnier if you just went ahead and held the election, like give them whoever they want, like let them all vote, and then you still give it to yourself anyway at the end.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. Just like I told Vanessa.
I like it. The slummies.
I told Vanessa, don't wrench me because I will abuse it, and she wrenched me anyways. And so the first thing I did was throw my link into my channel.
That's crazy. But it's I love this community, but we do have a problem with remaining stagnant, and a lot the big issue to me is all the inner fighting that takes place. That's the big issue. Just all the drama that just the back and forth, it needs to stop.
It's internet. It's supposed to be fun. Like everything's supposed to just be fun.
But the fun's gone, and everybody's turned into like a little bitch about the most minuscule things.
A lot of the shit that's annoying people. If somebody's annoying, I just don't watch them. I don't have to sit there and run my mouth about them because I don't know about most of the people that I don't like because I don't watch them.
I too warned him that I would be immediately corrupted by this petty amount.
Yeah,
because now you want it on every channel.
Ultimate wrench. YouTube should just give you the ultimate wrench where every stream you go to, you're automatically wrenched.
But no, even Michael Bancroft like touched on this, like how to get out there and grow. It's like go to conventions, grow your YouTube channel, use marketing tools that are on Facebook and stuff like that. Just the problem, like he said that there's a problem with the indie scene, and I see the problems in the indie scene, but there's not a problem with the indie scene. The indie scene is fine. The problem is your grind. Are you grinding as hard as you can to even get to that plateau of where you think the kings sit?
Exactly.
It doesn't even have to be the kings. You look at, there's a lot of guys making a lot of money on some of these. No. You can go past Comicsgate, you can go past Rippaverse, you can go over to Kickstarter and see what, some of those guys are doing, the big names. And you can, it's not going to be easy, but all it does is, like you're saying, the grind. Every big name on YouTube came from somewhere.
We just timed out Paul Lease. Apparently, it was the first sacrifice.
You're under arrest, Paul Lease.
We've had the first silencing on this channel, and it was Mo.
Oh God, the infighting's already started.
Oh my God, that's the problem. That's where all this stems from. Is the wrench.
Mo. It all stems from Mo.
It's all Mo. He's been behind every single drama.
Hashtag justice for Paulus.
But yeah, I fully believe that the problem is not the indie scene, it's your grind. Because I'm not going to say most of us, but in my little corner here, just on my stream, going out and seeing other people on their streams, everybody's streaming, nobody's making actual videos, or if they do, they're very few and don't really relate to anybody outside of our circle. And
how interesting are these?
I can give or take shorts. I'm on TikTok and I don't give a shit about them anyway.
All that shit's just to get the algorithm to.
Well, see, even people that do shorts and enjoy watching shorts don't necessarily come over to your live stream.
And they're not there for the short. They're going to support you.
Yeah.
If anything, it's like you might get a subscriber so you can get closer to get monetized.
Yeah. It's 15 to 60 seconds of just dopamine hit and you're off to the next hit.
There's a problem with getting monetized, which I think, this is a problem I think happened in early 2020.
Feel welcome, Pollies.
When you have, one of the problems is when you have all these big creators start promoting all these other creators, these smaller creators, everybody gets monetized real quick because you have like a couple hundred, 1,000 people kind of going around subscribing to all these channels.
Right.
The problem with that is YouTube sees it as this guy all of a sudden started making all of this all these subscribers, but then not running with the content, right? Not changing anything. And eventually those numbers start to fall off because there's not a lot to see. And so YouTube is like, okay, so whatever it'll almost permanently downgrade you if you don't. It's like hit the ground running, or you're going to stumble and fall, right?
Right.
So that's one of the problems when you get these guys giving you a huge boost like that. So I forget who it was got monetized in like a couple weeks because they had. Okay, here's a good example, and I love Dale Keown, but he got monetized. He's Dale Keown. The second he started a channel, he got instantly boosted because he got monetized real quick. So many followers came in. He doesn't stream that much, and that's going to hurt him if he does decide to start streaming. Obviously, Dale Keown doesn't have to stream; he can jump on everybody else's stream and get them, some boost. But he doesn't need to do it on his own channel. But still, that's what happens with YouTube. If you don't hit the ground running with this, then you do get knocked back a couple pegs, and even big times.
Right.
Like, that's something even I was going to say, because, like, from my experience, I'm like an old Newgrounds guy. So that's where, like, my old stomping yard was when I was a kid. So seeing a lot of those creators shift over to YouTube, like, in order to keep growing, you have to be consistent, and you have to constantly be putting out content.
Yeah.
Like,
And then when you start to notice that your numbers are dropping and you're like, what's happening? It's somebody must be talking shit about me, or, oh man, how come I'm not doing good as so-and-so? And it's like, well, you're not grinding you're not making, like, I never heard of Tim Pool before 2020. And when I heard of him, his channel was still fairly small. But that dude was making 6 to 8 videos a day, and now he's one of the biggest podcasts on YouTube. Agreed. I guess at a certain time frame or whatever. That's what you got to do.
When we started our channels, well, you started yours back again, and I just started mine. There was a lot of content to be had right there in that moment. Because the new RDJ just became the new Doomsday. He just came back to Doomsday. The new Batman animated series came back by Bruce Timm. The new TMNT movie just came out, the animated one from Seth Rogen.
That's right.
And so we were just able to hit content after
a lot of movies. That was like right at the beginning of summer, right? There was a lot of shit to talk about. Comic books and movies, everything.
But as soon as that content where everybody was relating to it and being able and looking for it in that instant because it was so new and fresh, yes, my views dropped because I started doing stuff that was more related to me and what our community enjoys. So you've got to spread out your content to encompass more people and more ideas.
I made that mistake too. I made the mistake in the sense that when I started streaming and hitting it pretty hard on my channel, it's not even that hard, but I started doing streams, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to think of interesting topics that were related to these trending topics. And then if that got really hard to just think of what's an interesting way to think about this. Anyways, I got a lot of views when I was doing that Wolverine and when I was doing
tell them your highest one, how that happened.
That was aside from this weird video I did years ago, the recent one that popped off was that Wolverine one. I was talking about Wolverine and Deadpool, and is it going to be good? I think is what it was. Or is this our Wolverine? Was the point of that stream. And how it could be ours, but on the other hand, if it is ours, then these are the problems with it. If it's not ours, here's the problems with it, and what we all hope and think or whatever. It was actually a really good stream, but that one I've got like 2,000 something views on, and I was getting a couple hundred on the next couple streams, and then I started doing Comics Underground, which is something I think is more interesting to me than to talk about movie news. But I get like 10, 20 views on those.
Right.
But you know what? I got to make, regular content videos to get a following to come in, because I'm not going to, I'm guilty of the same thing that we're also talking about. I'm not whining about it.
Right.
But I'm doing a weekly show right now talking about things that are interesting to me. And a lot of people are doing that. but I'm also not running around talking crap about people who are doing better than me because they deserve it. They work harder than me at this.
Staple of the problem is you are complaining about people who are doing better than you because you feel they didn't put in the work, or you feel like you already deserve it when you haven't done what they've done.
Yeah.
A lot of those big creators came from the big two. I don't care how many you publish on your own. Nobody's fucking heard of you. So quit with this attitude.
Yeah, there's a lot of attitude out there. And Michael Bancroft's the worst. Everybody thinks he's such a nice guy.
He's such a prick.
I've seen him, and he doesn't know that I watch him, but I watch him from time to time when he's not outside of his house and stuff. And I know who he really is. And I'm on to you, Michael Bancroft. I know who you really are.
Admiral Rackass hit it on the head. The drama is pretty gay. Agreed. That said, I've seen some terrible behavior from both the highest creators and to the lowest fans last couple of years.
Here's the thing about the drama, though. It's more interesting, as gay as it is sometimes really gay to listen to a bunch of... I feel like sometimes I get lectured, and when I start getting lectured from somebody who, no matter who it is, if I tune off, I'm like, I don't need to be lectured, dude. I'm here to watch the drama unfold because it's entertaining. A lot of these smaller channels, they're not as entertaining. As gay as drama is, it is very entertaining to watch and laugh at. Even when the drama, when you're involved in it somehow. When we were on Dojo's channel and we did that Bend the Knee stream, and I was adamant. I was like, do I even want to go on this stream that night? Because I was like, I think
we were talking about it. We were talking about it in the back room. We were
do I just not go because I don't want to do this? Or do I go on the show and then, speak my piece and say what I think about this whole thing?
Did you clip what I think you clipped?
Hey, Jake, Jaren's asking for the link.
Who is?
Jaren Wagner, D-Wag.
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
I'll pop on if you send the link.
He just clipped me about Bancroft, didn't he? And Bancroft's he's gonna respond, and then I'm gonna have to respond, and it's gonna be a big, stinky fucking mess.
Yep.
Let's do it. Because
God.
I know who Michael Bancroft is.
All right, where are you at, D? All right, here comes the link.
And a lot of these streams, they're not that entertaining. And I'm trying to make mine entertaining, and I have ideas I'm going to start implementing to try and make it more entertaining.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of just kicking back, talking. I don't know. What y'all do
see,
today?
like I said, there's things that you have to... It's not the indie scene. It's fine. It's your grind. It's my grind. I need to get out there more. I need to make actual videos, not just live stream. I got lucky when I first came here because I was like, hey, I got an idea for a book, and I'm just trying to meet some people in the realm so I can, make nice and see if they like what I created, And the first person that I reached out to was a guy that went by CG World Order. I don't know if anybody remembers who that is or whatnot. I don't even know if he's still around. But he told me to go to Sporkman Studios, go to the creator of the Natverse. Crap, I forgot his name.
Is that Sim?
Sims, yes. He told me to go to Sims. And then he told me about Kemosabe. He told me about Dean James. And then B-Rose got there. Yeah, Mo Biggs. Jake got lucky. He got the B-Rose bulge. Yes. So when I came in, I just started talking to people, learning about the community, and I was having fun. None of this bullshit that the mainstream's telling you about Comicsgate was taking place when I was coming in. I didn't hear any kind of like racism. I didn't hear any bigotry. I didn't hear anything about, diversity being, bad or stupid or whatever. For the films, sure, I get it. It was 2017. It was fresh. But all the negative like attitude and everything towards just me being an outsider coming in, everybody was inviting. They were like, dude, no, this place rocks. Let's get together. Let's hang out. What do you have? Do you have pages? No, but I got my character designs. Show that fucking shit off, man. And I was like, okay, so I did, and I was nervous as fuck. And then heard B Rose. B Rose got a hold of me, and B Rose, God love him in Phoenix, gave me
Phoenix was
they
one.
let me nest up in their channel for the longest time.
I met
And-
Phoenix up here in Waco. I was
Yeah.
bouncing around streams one day, and I was watching the 656 guys and B Rose and them, and I'd pop in their chat kind of like I did with Vanessa, and then I heard him mention something about Waco, so I went and checked it out, and I met Phoenix Press over there, and I was like, that dude's badass. He's cool to hang out with, and I bought a couple books from him when they were over there. He had a really good setup, and I was started
Sympathy.
popping in
Yes,
more.
thank you, whack ass. I'm gonna call you Admiral. I'm not gonna call you whack ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, he let me sit there in his fort and just like get to know other people that came on. I got to shoot the shit with him in Phoenix, and I wasn't very helpful because I get anxiety when I do this shit. Like when we were talking about us doing our own streams, I was like, I don't know how well I'm gonna do. And
But if you watch this stream versus the first one,
yeah,
the same with mine. If you like
Sure.
before we started streaming,
Yeah.
if you watch my old streams, they're fucking horrible, man. Me and my brother used to do one in the morning, coffee in the morning or some shit, and it was a hard thing. I cannot listen to myself talk.
I can't either. I never go back
I don't
and
know how
listen to my
y'all put
streams.
up with it. I can't stand myself.
I know the people that are watching us right now are like, I'm so glad Peter and Guest and Ben are there with them because
Help me. Send help.
it would be a plane with a bad engine going down. And so after the B Rose channel, I slowly started getting away from it because I just had a kid. I had Wesley, and being a first-time father, that was new, and I was not going to try and juggle shit with Megan being just a new mom and tired all the time. I had to get out, so I backed away. And then a couple months after I finally started getting it under my rings of the schedule that we had for Wesley and ourselves, Dojo hit me up and was like, hey, I'm going to start something new because K Manifesto and him, just split ways for some reason. Don't know everything behind that. But they just separated and Dojo wanted to keep doing his own thing. He asked me to come back. I was
I
like,
don't remember how that happened with me and Dojo. Like
I don't either.
eventually he hit me up and was like, hey, would you like to come be a host on the show? And I was like, yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
I'm down.
Tell Phoenix I said what's up because I love that guy. He's
man.
awesome.
Phoenix is a cool dude.
I owe B Rose and Phoenix a lot for just letting me sit there and like hang out with them without having my own channel. Because I've been here since 2018, 2019. Everybody's like, start your own channel. I was like, my mentality was, why would I start my own channel when everybody else is already starting their own channel? And then you're just splitting people up instead of having them grouped together.
That's a mentality that, okay, why start another and add to the confusion, right? But that's the problem way of thinking about it, because you're not supposed to be adding to the confusion of all this, or maybe everybody has another place to go certain days.
Right.
The point is to get other people back there to come over and join us, and that's you do that, by promoting.
See, I didn't have that mentality. I thought I would just be like, dwindling and hurting what's already, trying to stay compact to where people can come to. But yeah, so as soon as Dojo stream took place and we were there, lo and behold, I met Peter Orchard, and I was like, this dude is badass. He's outspoken. He's loud. He doesn't give two shits, and he's fun to hang out with.
I wonder how many bottles I've drank over these streams. Like, I wonder how many bottles I've drank over these streams.
Bro, I have no idea.
I drink a whole bottle. There was one Dojo stream I don't remember which one, but I drank not a big ass bottle like this, but I drank a whole bottle of vodka on that stream just because I had the next day off and there's no repercussions. I don't think anybody got a chance to speak that stream.
I was on Dojo's show once. I don't know. Are you trying to speak volumes with that one? Like, I was on Dojo's show once, or I was only on Dojo's show once. Like, where's the inflection in your voice for that one?
Yeah, right. Can't quite tell through the text.
But
I like meeting all the people on Dojo's
Yeah.
channel.
and
Some
I
of
was
the conversations were like, I
yeah.
don't know, this is
So I
kinda-
was real standoff. Like I was second guessing myself about doing Dojo show because I was like, do I really want to do that? Even though I've got like a 4-month-old kid, do I want to try and like dedicate that when I left B Rose? I felt guilty. I felt guilty leaving B Rose in Phoenix like that, just out of the blue.
Now
Like,
B-Ro's used to it.
no, I
just
like hit B Rose up like on Facebook like a couple months after that, and I apologized my ass off because I felt like I like betrayed him and everything. And he was like, "Dude, it's cool. I quit streaming anyway." I
Yeah,
was
what's
like,
up with that?
all right. No, I want him to come back too. I've
He needs
told
to
him. I was
come
like,
back, man.
people miss you. People want you back.
His streams were fun, and it's mostly because of how much shit you can give him. He's like the best person to give shit to. Or to shit on. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember there was a stream he was doing Cerebrum.
I think that bit was kind of stolen from other people who had the same idea for you, Mo. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, right. But yeah, if I had said no and gone with the second guessing, I wouldn't have met Peter. And Peter and I, we've been killing it on his channel and mine. Maybe not with the views,
we're doing a good
but
job.
with the fun, with the content, with checking out other people's indie campaigns.
It has definitely breathed like new life and excitement into this comic thing again, you know?
Yeah.
Because it was starting to get like, what the fuck are we doing here, man?
And
We need to
then
go
I
back
brought
and have
this
fun.
motherfucker along for the ride.
Yeah, Grody's awesome
Every now and then.
when he talks. And when we Ben's in our chat, and we were like talking about his book, and he's like, "That's my book."
Yeah,
It's like, oh, it's
Yeah, don't laugh too hard. That's my book.
this one right here.
There you go.
It is
Tricks
a cool book.
and
man.
Treats, Volume 1. You can't get it anymore, but you can sign up for Volume 2.
And he's got a new
on,
book coming
is it
out
on
in June.
Indiegogo or Fund My Comic?
It's on Fun My Comic.
Fund My Comic. Go to Fund My Comic for Trick and Treats Volume 2 because this art is so good. That was a good segue there, Peter. Thank you.
Standing stand.
That's what I do
He's not
here.
even here.
Shit! I forgot to send him the link. That's totally my fault. Well, that's because I didn't get here till late because I literally when I got here is when I was done picking everybody up from basketball.
It's that painterly art that I had that I fell in love with Erwin Rosa, my artist for Cobalt. And he's got the same kind of painterly brush strokes with charcoal. This is a mixture of actual fingers doing work versus digital. And it is absolutely phenomenal work. I love this. Now,
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Not all the stories in here are like that art. I mean, there is different art, but you sell me every time you get that painterly like realism going. But this
I
is
like anthologies too, man.
this is what 120 pages.
Yeah.
120 pages, 7 stories. So it is an anthology, but I highly recommend it. Go sign up on Fund My Comic for issue 2.
Thanks, Mo. Mo's already putting that wrench to work.
Yeah. Where you at, D-Wag? I'm playing. Don't hurt me.
Well, one of the things I was going to kind of bring up was when we're talking about doing like streams and stuff like that, Ben's actually got a really good idea with his stream, which is the idea of doing artwork, like just drawing actually during a stream. And
dude, that is all. Yeah, that is
was
all that Don does on his show. The Don Draw Stuff YouTube channel. Go check it out. He and like 5 guys do art there all the time. And I've been telling Peter he needs to do the same goddamn thing.
Those draw streams?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've actually
hang out with them.
I'm down. Here's the thing. Here's a problem that I have. I have been 4 years ago, I had this story I had been working on for 4 years. And then was like, okay, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to like really hammer this thing home. Right? I'm finally starting to get time. And then all the interest was dissipated. And I've got this new idea. And for 4 years, I've been working on this new idea, and I'm
the
fighting
muscle.
myself. I'm kicking my own ass here, trying to not do that again, because I got another idea that's actually pretty funny, a pretty cool
And I like
idea.
it. I want to see it to come to fruition.
That post with the slimy guys that I drew
Yeah.
the other day, that was just a fun little lunch doodle I was having fun with. But I actually had a really funny idea for a comic, like an anthology that might
You're gonna be
that
one of
might
these-
be able to work with everything else that I have planned.
You're gonna be one of these that has so many ideas you can't pick one to shoot out.
It's a major problem
Yeah.
that I can't. I have these ideas, and I've got books and books of papers of ideas that I've written down, and I've just got to sit down and organize that shit and then make it happen already. Because the art and the drawing is not going to be the problem; it's the writing it and making it good enough for me to put out there. Because I don't want to put shit out there. I want it to be clever and really. I want it to be good, and I want to deserve people funding me. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Just
I want to
need
earn
a
it.
you just need a professional tard wrangler.
Yeah, I need that too. Who doesn't?
Just keep you in check. Make sure which idea is like, okay, we're going to focus on this one right now, Peter.
Yeah.
No, Peter, stop
Yeah,
looking over there. Over here, Peter.
Stanley's been doing that. He's like yells at me all the time. He's like, "Yeah, that's great. Throw that one away. Like write it down or put it in your pocket. Focus on this fucking idea already." Because
You could do what I do, and it's like make your main issues of your base comic of your ship, and then do like the shorts in the back. Do like 32 pages of story, 7 pages of a short. See how people respond to the shorts in the back. Also, see if they like those ideas that come out.
yeah, that's what that's kind of where I'm following in the same train of thought as that. It'll make the book bigger. It'll be more entertaining, and it'll test ideas that might make their own ash cans or their own.
Not only
stories.
that, like after I do so many issues like that, I want to put an anthology together of all the shorts that I put in the back of the book together in one. Send it out. Send it with a card that says check off the one that you want to see next. Send it back to me, and I'll start making that one next.
Yeah, I'm reading Mo Big's comment here. The Slimy Guy anthology. I have an idea for a story. Kentucky Fried Cuckery, a mukbang mystery starring B. Rose and James.
That'd be cool.
That's funny.
I'd probably get him back in the fold too.
He needs to get back in the fold. If it takes a mukbang mystery.
Yeah, that's not true. If Mo sees Weebury on this channel, he does leave. That is guaranteed. That has been tested. But yeah, I definitely want to see more people come into this.
I noticed that too, Mo. He totally just put that up there for 1 second and then put it back down.
Honestly, the only place that you're going to be able to find it or talk to people about it is in other comic shops or at conventions. Because most of the time, everyday life people, unless I meet somebody when I'm standing in the ticket line for Superman when it comes out July 11th next year, and I start talking to them about shit, it's going to remain the same, and it might even dwindle more because people are leaving all the time, or at least being absent for like 8 months at a time.
Yeah. And here's another thought. So I used to be like a pseudo manager at Walgreens in Beeville, Texas. My brother was a manager at a gas station a few blocks down the road. So I would go into his store and it's just a mess with them. I made these because we have a photo department. Of course, gas stations don't have that. But anyways, I made these business cards with his face on it. And it, with the logo, the stripes, the gas station's logo, and it said, and I made these really silly photos of him going like, and then I'd add like a title on the card that said, "Oops, sorry, we're out of this product," or "Oh my goodness, I forgot to reorder that," or something. Like I made him look ridiculous, and then I went to every one of his products in his store and was putting them underneath all the products or in all the empty spaces, so that every time somebody went to look at it, or they pick the last product, there's like this funny face of him going, "Oh, I fucked up," or something to mess with him.
That's awesome.
And we were kind of doing like this manager rivalry thing at the time. But then I took those cards and I made some cards for the YouTube channel, because when I moved up to Waco, that's like 4 hours away. So I would stop at all these gas stations all the way. When I was moving, I'd stop back and forth, and I would put these cards in random places so people would pick them up and be like, "Oh, maybe they'll scan it." How many people are running around with their comic books, putting them in places with URL codes, or just putting URL codes everywhere to send them the link to your campaign?
Doing some guerrilla campaigning.
That's what I'm saying. How many people are doing that kind of shit?
Right.
And that would work. I mean, you get one or two.
So you heard it from Peter first. Go vandalize stores. Put your stuff up on their windows.
Is it vandalizing? If you were to put a business card with URL next to a register or something, somebody might take a picture of, or somebody might have their phone out and you put your URL, your URL code or whatever somewhere. I don't know. You just that's one idea. Standing outside a Walmart handing comic books. Like, I guarantee I would enjoy somebody trying to sell me a comic in a parking lot than bread. Like those creepy guys that walk up to your window, especially this time of year. You just kid, what a funny book. And they're like, "Hey, you want to buy some bread? You want to buy some bread? I'm really trying to sell. I'm trying to blah, blah, blah. Hey, don't roll up your window." If it was a comic book, like, "Hey, man, I got this comic. You want a comic? Hey, comics. I got comics here." You'd be way more likely to sell some shit than the guy selling, fruitcake.
Comics are the new Girl Scout cookie.
There you go.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's guerrilla marketing out there. And that is what YouTube and this whole space is kind of about, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not mainstream because we do word of mouth. We reach each other, and this is how you do it. You get out in the space, you get out in the world and meet each other, meet new people.
I fully believe that this dynamic that we have here in CG with the streaming and everything and going out promoting, like helping each other out, whatnot, like even being editors and artists on each other's books, this is allowing you to dip your toe in the creative ink. And after you're done doing that for like a good, year or whatever, you need to be able to puff out that chest and go out there and do it. Because a lot of people say this isn't the end game. You're right. If you're not willing to make all those videos, if you're not willing to make it relatable to other people, if it's just what you want all the time, you're going to limit yourself.
And here's the other thing. Make cool shit. Don't try to just make some bullshit that you can just make a quick buck, because it gets called out real quick. Then people are going to either double down on the bullshit, or they're going to start talking smack. You know what I mean?
We've seen that before.
And a lot, and it's annoying. And there are some guys out there with some pretty cool books. Everyone's got to be trying to one up each other and make the even cooler book.
So you're saying don't sell paper mache airplanes?
Yeah. 3D printed paper mache airplanes.
Guys, we have a fifth pillar joining us.
There he is, and you're welcome, Darren. I sent him the link.
Your hero is here.
I've been waiting for this for 2 hours now. It's literally just sitting here. I'm freezing outside.
Right, well, here's to the lost time with Stanley.
Let's see.
Cheers to that.
Do I follow you on X? Because
you can follow him, but he doesn't ever get on X.
Oh, so it's pointless. I heard it's pointless.
I made a stand against social media.
Yeah, well, X isn't social media. It's everything.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, Stanley, are you socializing right now?
What do you
all media?
Am I what?
Are you socializing right now? Is this a form of media?
Well, I mean,
you're social mediating right now.
See, I always thought this was more of like feeding my ego, like giving me a platform to fucking talk. I don't engage
Okay.
We gotta. No, you do Discord. You do
I was
Discord.
forced into it. Yeah.
That might be a way to get a hold of him.
Discord, unfortunately, yeah, because it's my fucking leash. I can't get away from it.
See, I can't get into it. I don't understand Discord. I've tried for over a year now. I try to understand the appeal of Discord.
Appreciate that, sir.
Yeah. Darn, he's a big fan of yours.
I'm honored and I'm touched. I'm honored and I'm touched because I'm a fan of yours as well. One of these days, like anytime you are in South Texas and you need a dumpster, dude, I got your back.
Yeah, he knows who the best dumpsters are. We were just talking about guerrilla advertising, and
hell yeah, I'm all about
how,
that conversation.
As like a side note to that thing, how I used to put the business cards all over your store.
Yeah, that was awesome. I get a laugh out of that. Like fucking, my manager, like she's the one that found those, and that was like
during like were they auditing your store and they found all my business cards?
Yeah, it was it was a review. It was a performance review.
Oh man.
Yeah, but that was fun. Those were fun times. But you can do the same thing when you got your comic book. Make a pamphlet or something. Make like a 1-page ash can. Just fold it in half with a little bit of previews and a URL, and then just stash them randomly all over everywhere. It's not illegal.
To mention, like I haven't read through a lot of these comics, so I might be like outdated. I might not like this might already be happening, and I'm just not aware of it. But like, if you're making a comic book, part of the joy and the fun of like those old comic books and the old video game magazines, the Wizard magazines, everything back in the day, was all those weird ads. Why not include a page of ads, like 2 pages of ads? They don't even have to be real. Just have fun with it. Like throw whatever the hell you want on. Throw a little thing on there for your YouTube channel, or maybe sell 3 little business card ad spots or something. You know what I mean? Just is that happening and I'm an idiot, or is this just something that like
Alterna does that? Well, Alterna Comics sells ads in their comic books.
Guys,
which, I mean,
Ink Spots has arrived, and so has the Dawn.
What's going on, guys? Maybe we should start making these streams stretch out a little bit. We've been doing like 1-hour streams.
No,
and nobody
I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right. Dawn. This guy right here, over here, this guy, he does art. He is an illustrator.
Don draws. That's right. I talked to Don. I follow Don on your show. If y'all want to
make it happen. He won't do live streams on
art drawing.
Make it happen for him.
The idea of a draw stream. I used to watch hockey. Was his name Hockey? The guy who did the streams with Ali. What was that guy's name? Ad Hockey or something. Anyways, I used to watch his streams, his draw streams, and then while they were drawing, I would be drawing, and then I would post my drawings. And then they kept saying they were going to bring, Ad Hoc, that's right. And then they kept saying they were going to bring me on, but they never did. And then my schedule kind of started getting busy, and he dropped off the map. Whatever happened to him? 7 p.m. Ad Hockey. Remember Ad Hockey?
I remember hockey.
Yeah, I used to watch his streams, his draw streams, and draw with them, and then post my shit on Twitter. And they were always saying they were gonna like bring me in. They never did.
No, like he like started like doing his drawings with Ali for a while, right?
They were streaming and looking at gross shit together. I don't think she was in the drawing streams. They were just looking at weird shit together. And then I don't know if they still do that or what. I haven't seen him around in a while.
Yo, Don says it. Peter, bring thy ass in the studio Saturday at 7 p.m., bro.
7 p.m. Central or Eastern?
I think that's Eastern. I think it's going to be 6 p.m. Central.
6 p.m. Saturday. I think I could pull that off. Yeah, I don't think there's any. I don't think I have any plays or bet. I don't think I have a basketball tournament on
I've been
Saturday.
wanting to make that happen for so long. I've been waiting to tell Don about you. Because
Hell yeah, man! I'm totally down. What are we drawing? Is it like
he invited
you'll
me?
find out?
He invited me to be on a show. I was on it like twice, and then Megan was like, "That's the only day I have off, so I got to commit Saturdays to just me, Megan, and the kids. So I can't do that any longer. Sorry, Don. I wish I could.
Can I drink and draw?
But you have an excellent substitute in my place. A replacement. You've got an excellent replacement here.
Oh, is Shelby on there? Is Shelby on that? Shelby's gonna kick my ass if he's on that show. Shelby Robertson, right?
Yeah, he's on
What's
there.
up, Edwin?
Hell yeah, everybody's on it.
You
It's
know
the hot
what?
take.
I like it. I like it. I want to go on there with Shelby and anyone. Put me up there with Frank Frazetta.
And they're drawing Superman.
Are we drawing Superman? All right. I can draw Superman.
He said Superman.
Yeah.
Can I do crack? He says I can drink and draw and do whatever.
He's just gonna keep pushing that envelope.
Yeah.
That's true, Admiral.
Can I do fentanyl? Have you ever
agree.
seen a fentanyl artist?
Bow.
It's the best lines you ever see.
Drink, draw, do whatever you need. Do a line, whatever gets you going.
Dude, be careful. Be careful with that. You're opening up Pandora's box.
Right?
Yeah, this bottle used to be full. I mean,
Yeah.
I was telling
Guys.
Grody, now he's gone. He disappeared, but I was telling him yesterday he's got to drink up all those bottles so that he can, get new bottles. Got to get rid of the old ones.
Edwin is here now. Everybody's
Yeah.
coming in. Hockey streams with us on Topicless every Tuesday. He's busy working on his comics, so he doesn't have a lot of time.
Gotta respect
that's
that.
where he's been. All right, because I haven't seen him on his channel in a minute.
If he won't let you smoke crack, I'm unsubbing.
I think I have my crack rock. Speaking of which, my glow in the dark crack rock around here somewhere.
Mine's still attached to my Tiger Blue action figure, still in package.
Where did I
I
put
smoked
that
mine.
thing? I'm saving mine for a special occasion.
Stan, I've always wondered what kind of cigar you smoking. What is it? Don Pepin Blue? Is it CAO MX2? What is it?
I thought you were going to ask me, what kind of crack do you smoke?
Only the
That would
fine.
be better. And I would have added to the joke.
I've got a weird thing. So with cigars, and I'm not sitting here like smoking cigars all day. This is my boy time and hangout time. So this is my chance to like
it's
relax and smoke a cigar.
It's not a fucking Romeo and Juliet, is it?
No. So it's
My crack rock.
what's the fucking? So I don't have one on me like my regular one. So I don't. I swear to God, there's a wrapper around here somewhere on them. But what they are, because I don't remember the brand. I have very rigid requirements for my cigar. And there's a brand that I adore. I actually get them online and I buy them a box at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But they are adult size, which is the most important aspect to me. Like I want an adult size fucking cigar. I'm 6'2". That shit that you get at the gas station is a fucking joke.
Well, you don't want an
Those
Al
are
Capone with
stupid.
a filter on it?
No Swisher
Yeah, I don't.
Sweets.
No Swisher Sweets. None of that crap. Like I want a cigar
actually
that's
smokes
made for a
those.
dude.
Yeah.
They're
No,
not
I know. They're made out of cardboard.
Yeah, they cut them down the middle and then.
But also,
stuff it with weed.
yeah, right. Probably. Also, super fucking cheap. So like anytime a cigar gets over like $2 a cigar, I start being like, no, fuck you. You are the fucking system that I am fighting against. I get all like fucking at the register and the cashier doesn't want to hear it.
And
So
then
that's my thing. It's got to be adult size. It's got to be real. It's got to be like at least Nicaraguan, like a real cigar. But I'm not paying you for fucking like real cigar prices.
So he runs over to dollar store, the Dollar General.
No. I buy them online. I actually get them.
Okay.
I like the ones from like. They're basically the cheap ones from Total Wine.
5 years ago, I was against everybody ordering shit online, but I gotta say, you can get some pretty decent shit for cheaper than you can buy anywhere in any store. And cigars is a perfect example of that kind of thing.
Right.
Diaperios. Yes,
right?
exactly. I am a dad. I am a dude. I'm not doing a sister sweet. Like, you can get the fuck out of here with it. Acid cigars. Sorry,
those
can fuck off.
Like those, you ever see those? We've seen them. Those tiny, like paper thin cigarettes that are like that long, and you always see like some bitch smoking them. You know what I mean? They're always like smoking those super long. They look like straws. Oh shit!
They might as well be like the Virginia Slims of cigars.
Yeah, it's like Virginia Slims. You see those? Who smokes that shit other than like the most Timu cigars? They're like,
if they make a Timu cigar, I will smoke that. I will smoke that on this stream simply so that we can shit talk the fuck out of it. You missed these, yes. Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, those things are fucking disgusting. And it's always like the most pretentious shithead that smokes them. It's like clove cigarettes.
Oh, fuck
I liked them for like one day, and then I realized I'm smoking cloves with a bunch of asshats. Like, done. I'm out.
So I actually picked up cigars when I lived in Atlanta, and my two favorites to go to are the very thick, like heavy one is the one that I liked was Sao, CAO. Have you heard of that brand?
I have not.
Okay, so Sao MX2 version. That's the only kind I like. They actually make them squared. It's very unique.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah. And then Don Pepin Blues are my favorite. They're a little lighter, but dude, it's like breathing air.
What the hell? Now I got curious.
I'm thinking about switching to a pipe. You know, like I've
thought about that, but I like my cigars.
Pipe tobacco is I love the smell of pipe tobacco, but I've only ever smoked pipe tobacco like once, and I liked it, but I don't have a decent pipe. I'm like a young Gandalf, anyways. I could be.
That was my grandfather. Yeah, he always emptied out ashes. That's
when we were in when we were in high school, he made his own pipe.
Oh God!
And he made it out of in art class, and he made it out of polymer clay.
We did know trailer for about an hour, Don. Almost.
Okay. So
beginning of the stream,
I found a logo on one of my good cigars here. Their Quorum is the brand. QUO rum.
Let me see it.
All right, hold on, and I'll be right back.
Oh, I've seen that brand. Yeah.
I love these things.
So they're rum flavored. They're like dipped in rum.
No. They're no bullshit, no flavoring. They're not like strawberry or fucking lavender and shit. They're regular, like Nicaraguan cigars, but they're just like I buy them in bulk, and they're like $2 a cigar, and they're good. They're like they have all of the Robusto and the whatever those different like. I'm not a aficionado or whatever, but they have like all the cigar things just at like you bought them actually in Nicaragua prices.
Mo Big says Peter was like, "What the fuck am I doing?" and tossed away his cigarette holder and top hat. Pipes are nice. Like them more than cigars.
I'd try a pipe. I'd try it.
I'll try a pipe, but if you want to talk about pompous,
that's what I like about it.
I had an art professor who used to smoke one of those after class. He'd go outside, sit in a chair, pull out his pipe, stuff it, light it up. It always smelled nice.
See,
please tell me he's a prick.
And you've got the grays.
He was actually a cool dude.
No, that's unfortunate. You really if you're smoking a pipe, if you're at school and after class you're going out to that nice garden area with a bench and smoking a pipe, you have every right to be a prick. Like you've earned it.
Yeah, but a cool prick.
Yeah,
he was pretty awesome.
But like a
Play-Doh.
Yes.
Yeah, let it dry for 3 days.
Oh my! Oh God!
It gives it a certain flavor. It's a different flavor than like the aluminum can with the holes punched in it.
Did you tell him about The problem
I'm
with the
against playing
polymer
that.
clay pipes, I had to step away.
Do you
for a
have it?
second.
Do you still do you have it right now?
All right, so no, I don't have that thing anymore, but I think I threw it away. But so that thing I made in class, I had to make it look like a giant mushroom, and so it had a lid, and so the bowl was like this big around, and one of the stems was one of the roots was the pipe part, and I called it the Super Bowl, and then I realized I smoked out of it like one time. And the chemicals from the polymer clay go straight into your brain, and you feel it instantly. And I was like, "Whoa, shit, dude, this is toxic!" and then my friend was like, huh, "Yeah, make me 5 of them." He's insane now, and a crackhead.
Didn't you do you had to make whistles out of clay or something, and you made yours a dick?
Yeah, that's everything was a dick though in that class. Everybody,
yeah.
I don't remember if it was a whistler or not, but yeah, I probably made about 10 dicks in that class. Because my art teacher was kind of a shithead, man. She was real mean. She failed me in art one semester or one.
You needed to have been failed. You needed that. That's a good thing.
Give me a fail for a good reason. Her failing me was like.
I disagree. Fail you for all the wrong reasons.
No, she was like, I want you to draw this picture and have this meaning or something. So I did the meaning. I followed all the rules, but I added.
It was a dick.
I broke every rule while following every rule, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like draw something that's meaningful or whatever. And I drew like a dream that was completely meaningless, and the whole point of the drawing was supposed to be chock full of meaning, and the drawing looked like it was supposed to be chock full of meaning until I asked what it would meant, and I'm like, well, I don't know, it doesn't mean shit. It's just a bunch of random stuff I saw that could mean something, I guess. I don't forget how it went exactly, but she failed me because I didn't draw anything that was truly meaningful or something, and I'm like, but what if nothing's meaningful to me except
you set up the expectation. You set an expectations for this poor old lady. She knew that she was going to get a good dick from Peter. She was waiting on it, and then you did not deliver.
Oh, dude, there's nothing like watching a 70-year-old woman play with polymer clay with her hands and making the fucking yeah. And then I understood. Then I understood why all the school budget was going towards polymer clay.
Yeah, there. I'm not going to lie. There was probably a level of jealousy involved in there because she wanted to be an artist, ended up being an art teacher, and then she got this fucking guy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that college.
I followed every rule and broke every rule at the same time because the lesson was just fucking a joke. It wasn't until, dude, okay, college was a little bit challenging. There was a couple times I had a bit of a challenge, but even my teachers couldn't teach me that much that I didn't already know. It wasn't until, honest to God, I joined Comicsgate and started competing against professionals that I finally felt like I had a decent challenge. And I'm still fighting that challenge, and I hope it never ends. I hope I just keep trying to get better.
That's
for the rest
a
of my
fun challenge.
Life. Yeah, man. Now I've got
from John Malin.
And I have not been happier in the world of art since I've been around Comicsgate and trying to go up against fucking, in John Malin art contests and losing to people like Dan Lawless and, some really amazing artists that I'm like, damn, man, this is it. This is where I need to be right here.
See, you're already that good. We just got to get you known.
Yeah, well, everybody's got something to learn. And when I start making shit that's worthy, people will notice. And that's how I see it.
Well said. The fuck are you drinking?
Svedka.
Just straight out the bottle?
Fuck yeah, bro. How do you drink it? Like a bitch?
With an IV, dipshit, or up my ass.
Oh, damn, that's a good one.
I snort that shit.
All right, Saturday, 7 or 6 p.m., I guess, for me. I'm down, dude. We're doing this. Do we have a time limit? Doesn't matter. Have you seen my lunch doodles?
Dude, it goes for hours.
I can't wait to see Superman's dick on this one.
My lunch doodles are done within 30 minutes. If it says lunch doodle on it, I did it within 30 minutes.
Yeah,
40 minutes.
Every time he tells me it's a lunch doodle, I say he's
40
fucking
minutes.
kidding me because
40
it's
minutes tops. There's like a couple of days where I'll have like an extra 10 minutes. And that's when that's when I start to get real fancy with the rendering. They're not like a insanely amazing pictures, but for 40 minutes, I don't even bother penciling. I just go straight to inks.
it is a fun time.
All
It
right.
is.
All right, fine. If it's just for fun, I guess. I'll take my time.
Oh shit, guys, we've gone 2 hours. Do you still want to keep going, or should we?
I gotta go. I gotta dip out.
All right, man.
No, I'm sorry for
Ben,
talking
thank
all over
for
you,
joining
Ben.
us
No, you're
one
fine,
last
man.
time in the chat with the link for his book for the sign up to
Yeah,
Trick
go
and
check it
Treat
out, man.
Volume 2. Volume
Yeah.
1 will be a catch up tier. 7 stories, 120 pages, all different artists and storytellers.
That's badass.
It is phenomenal art
Sweat
in this
labor.
book. Please
Yeah.
pick it up. Help out Ben. Ben, thank you for being here, man.
Mhm.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a pleasure
anytime.
being on here with you, man.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, just hit this whenever you want up. Just hit the chat. Be like, send me the link. Yes, sir. It'll be there.
All right,
Hell
we'll do,
yeah,
guys.
dude.
All right, man.
All right, see ya.
Catch y'all later.
Peace.
No, we're still live here, Peter. God, that hurts to watch.
All right. So,
right.
what did y'all do today?
Well, Megan told me I should be wrapping gifts, but I politely declined.
Holy shit! I should be doing that.
Oh, mine
I
are
didn't even
easy.
think
See,
about
I'm making people realize now. Mama
think
Don
mine will
says,
be-
hail the chat, hail the gents on the panel. You guys rule. Mama Donna, you my lady.
Hell yeah.
You my lady, Mama Donna.
I'm excited
Appreciate
now,
that.
man. I can't wait for Saturday. I don't think I've done a draw stream.
I'll tune in.
Good. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
jump in on that.
Yeah, I gotta spread the word around.
Darren, honored, man.
Yeah.
Stan, you're starting to get groupies up in here, man.
I don't know, like how to feel. I mean, I wouldn't know how to feel about that if I didn't have like such utmost respect for Darren. That's cool. If it was some weirdo, that'd be strange. But Darren's awesome.
It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get Darren on. Darren, you got to start popping in on my stream. Too.
I sent him the link. It's
Yeah.
just it is what it is.
And we'll do another adventure. Oh, I'm gonna start doing videos with Grom, Peter and Grom, conversations with Grom.
Dude, I actually tried out today, and I found it funny.
a DM on what platform? I don't do social media.
You have access to X though, right? You have an account. It shouldn't
I
be
can.
that hard to
Yeah, I
get,
can
right?
figure. I can get it. Is that I can do that? I can log in there to check a DM.
Yeah, it's that simple. We could start a group on there, and then you only get notifications from that group, so you don't get
Yeah, I
anything
sent
else.
you a
from
link on your
X.
Twitter, D.
Okay.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
but
that
have you-
ignore the Don, D-Wag. That's just rude.
But have you
I don't
seen
know
his
how-
channel, the Stanley Orchard
Fred
channel?
Stanley.
If you go back far enough, there's a video with my ass on it.
Yeah, I got Peter's ass in a video.
Yeah,
You can
We need to
gotta
do that
go-
again.
you got to go through every video of his to find it.
You know how
And
many
it's worth
subscribers
it.
I lost like right at that point in the video?
Yeah, but but how many did you gain after that? That's the real question.
We needed all I'm saying, we needed to have another adventure. Like when you come down for Christmas, let's go have a Peter Stanley day at the beach. Go have an
Yeah.
adventure, catch a fish, make a
We've
video.
got to do that. Last time Thanksgiving, it was like still hectic, even though we were down there. No ass? Are you fucking kidding me? What kind of draw stream is that? Yeah, right.
Yeah, did you not read the fine print on that? That's kind of like a thing.
Whoever reads the fine
Try again, D.
print.
But I thought I sent him the link.
Is that on Twitter that you're sending him the link?
Yeah.
No, you sent it in the chat here just now, right?
I haven't put the link in the chat yet. No, that's a good idea. I should just do that randomly.
That's what I did yesterday.
Well, okay.
And I'm glad I did, man. I'm glad I did because we got Ben and Darren on there.
I'm my own person. Leave me alone.
What happened to Grody? When did he bail?
He had to get up early for work, so he had to bail.
It was that was about a half a bottle of Svedka ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember noticing he was gone a while ago, but I thought his internet was just messing up.
No.
I don't have to work tomorrow. I just have to drive people to work and school, and then pick people up from work and school. So I can do that. Sobering up from being drunk.
I do have to work tomorrow, so I can't be too much longer. But we'll get to the 2.5 mark. That's where we'll get.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm good on that.
Okay.
All right. Do we want to
So-
do a grok?
Yeah, let's do grok.
Or are we playing around with DMs here? Let's do a grok. What should I ask Grok? Grok and me go way back.
Yeah,
We're best
ask
friends.
Grok what we need to do. Like, this needs to blow up. We need Jake to have like 750,000 subscribers tonight.
Good Lord.
So what does Grom say that we need to do about that?
All right, let me share screen. Okay, here we go. Grok.
This would be nothing without y'all, and you know it.
What a groke.
How do I get? No, not get. Dude, am I spelling this all fucked up? Okay, how do I get people to like me more?
Don.
To get people to like you more, consider the
Whoa,
following. Holy
Groke. Can you
crap,
take it
dude.
down a notch?
Oh my god.
Somebody has been like sitting on this for a while, being like, I can't wait for Peter to rate. I can't wait.
Wow,
When is
that's
Peter going to rate me?
pretty heavy. Oh,
Can you summarize this in like 7 words?
can't I just buy them ice cream or something? Sure, buying someone ice cream can be a simple and sweet gesture that can definitely make you more likable in the moment. Here's how it can work. Jesus, dude. Kind gesture, shared. Okay. However, while such gestures can boost your likability, they're often more effective when, and let's get back to whatever. So yes, you can start with something as simple as ice cream, but think of it as one part of a broader strategy in how you interact with others.
I don't want to interact with them.
I just want them to like me. I don't really care about them. If your goal is solely to make people like you without genuinely caring about them, you're entering into a realm of manipulation rather than genuine social interaction. Here's what you should consider: short-term, yada, 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 yada. If you still want to proceed with the strategy, keep in mind actions will speak. Ultimately, genuine connections, even if they're hard to build, lead to more satisfying
There he
relationships. Hey, D-Wag, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Just having a conversation with Grom over here.
Grok or Grom? Is it Grom?
Well, me and Grok have a personal connection where it's Grom. It's Grom.
Sounds like me and my ex-girlfriend's relationship. She would call me like different names and stuff, but yeah, I didn't really.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like cupcake.
I'm desperate, so I'll take what I can get. You know what I'm saying? Anthony. It's like, I don't know who that is, but all right, I'll go with it. I think she's like into role play stuff, like Dungeon Master type shit. I don't know, but I brought these gifts. I got me and Stan one.
Nice.
My best friend. We got us both crack rocks here. They glow in the dark too.
Bro,
Oh, I was
Nice.
looking for mine. That
Yeah,
one
yeah,
that I
these
got
are-
from B Rose.
Nice. Whew. Or the roach balls probably, right?
Oh yeah. You're right. It was roach
Yeah.
balls. It was, and then the roaches. I got the cockroaches, which my daughter stole from me.
Ooh.
The roaches or the crack rock?
No, she couldn't have the crack. She knew better than to steal my crack rock. She took my roaches.
She saw that bottle of vodka. She's like, I am not taking that crack rock.
I said,
Smoke these responsibly.
I told Grok, I'm not really interested in genuine connections. It says, if you're not interested in genuine connections but still want people to like you, here are some superficial strategies that might work in a short-term basis. Flattery, agreeability, visibility, social media. Now we're talking. Now we are talking.
Okay. Have you ever tried lying to people? Like I figured
Thanks,
that works.
Grok.
Oh, that's a wise like path. Just
Right.
lie.
What about
Right.
lying?
Be honest with yourself and lie.
Yeah, be honest with yourself. You know you're a piece of shit. You know you hate people, so just be real. And you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because you're a nice piece of shit, right? So,
Exactly.
you know,
It makes you a nice person. Just lie.
right. If I went around telling people how I actually feel about them, come on, I'd be an asshole.
Well, apparently, Grok thinks lying to people can indeed influence how they perceive you in the short term, but
There you go.
it comes with significant risks and ethical considerations. The pros in the short term is immediate acceptance, manipulating situations, avoiding conflict.
So Grok agrees.
He's got a lot of cons. If you decide
Yeah.
to lie, here's some considerations. Select.
You got to read between the lines.
Plausible. Hey, at least Grok's giving me some options with how to lie. And it's, however, if your aim is to navigate social situations more effectively or build persona that's admired, you want partial truth or at least authenticity. Remember, this path can be lonely and fraught with stress. If you ever find yourself questioning this approach or wanting something more substantial, consider moving towards honesty or at least a balance where you're not compromising your integrity or social gain. Well, that's what I have you for.
Admiral Wackass. There you go.
What have we started?
This is pretty impressive. Though I've got to be honest. Like I haven't really messed with the AI shit too much.
Dude, I like Grok. Grok and me we're besties. And it says, I said, that's what I have you for. And he says, well, I'm here to help you navigate through your questions and provide insights. If you're looking for ways to achieve social goals while being mindful of consequences, we can continue exploring strategies that align with your interests, while also considering the broader impact of your life and relationships. Remember, while I can offer advice and perspectives, the decisions and their outcomes are yours to navigate. Let's keep the conversation going. If you have more questions or need further advice.
Are
Thanks,
you
buddy.
DTF?
Thanks, buddy.
Dude, I just found a big black stick.
No.
Like at the dumpster, you know. Yeah, dude, look at this.
People
It's a
leaving
bow
offerings
staff.
now? Oh, shit.
Yeah, woo! Dude, I'm out here fucking karate kidding this shit. Hold up, yeah.
You better not be any
Wow.
foot soldiers nearby. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
want to get fucked up, bro. This motherfucker's tall, bro. We're gonna get over here. I pulled this out the dumpster
Yeah.
gladly.
Who
Hold
the
up, hold
fuck
up.
threw that away?
I was
Right,
walking
you know what I'm
through.
saying?
I was walking through the park the other day and found like this 20-foot fucking bamboo staff. I had to break it down about 10 feet to fit in my car, but I took it home. It is fucking awesome. Every man needs a staff.
Look at this.
Holy
dude.
shit, that thing's polished and everything. What
Is that
the
like carbon
fuck?
Yeah, bro. It's nice, you know, it's like clay in your hand, but man, this thing's nice, dude. It's got, you know, an attachment for you can put attachments on there to kill
Dude.
people, murder people.
Yeah,
Not
in
that I
different
would.
ways.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to spear them or if you need a hook.
Yeah,
you can
dude,
put
this
anything
thing's-
on that.
This is a perfectly nice thing I just found in the dumpster, man. Like right there. Look, dude. Another man's
Thank-
trash, another man's treasure. I'm like fucking
Another man's weapons.
okay. Now I may have found out why he's gone because that motherfucker's broke now. It was just broke, dropped at one time.
You mean to tell me
Bullshit.
somebody threw a busted fucking stick in your dumpster? What a shithead.
Yeah, I think it's just a little piece. This is totally doable though, man. I like this. This thing's cool. I'm like Donatello. Let's see, it did
Well-
break.
There we go.
Or Horseman. He's got sticks.
Horseman.
There you go.
All right, Robin, if that makes you feel better.
I'm about to rip a. I'm about to. Speaking of horseman, I'm about to rip a verse. D-Wag, I'm about to curse. Y'all cursed. Messing with me, I'm the worst. I don't know. Let's go. That's it, bro. Just ripping rhymes, baby. That's all we do. That's all we do.
What do you think of Riley? I feel like if I wanted pure entertainment, I need you and Riley in shenanigans. I might have to ask AI for that.
They were starting to call me Fat Riley. Oh, see, the end split. But this is okay, though. It's good. Whatever. It's split.
Does this still have a tag?
Yeah,
I swear I saw a
new.
tag. Look at that. It still got the tag.
What the hell?
Popping tags.
That's some TV stick shit right there.
Electric Shock Risk. That's the company, it looks like.
Even better. There's there's a risk of electric shock with that thing.
You know what? I've actually got a PVC pole that had that sticker. So not that sticker, but when they said electric shock risk, because electricity can travel through that shit, and it's a big tall post.
So you got to get the electric attachment on the end, also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Big brown stick turned to big brown snake turned to big brown stick. Dave Chappelle. All right, damn, my teeth don't even look burnt. Look like melted cheese out here right now, boy. Looking like the
lighting, dude. Those street lights. It does like that's good lighting.
Yeah, you look like Tyrese Gibson right now.
Sweet lady, could you be my sweet lover for a lifetime? Don't worry, guys. There's nobody around for tens of feet. Don't worry, I'm not gonna get in trouble. The cops go. But we're good. Yeah. Sorry, Grok. We're back.
Joining us. This is the D-Wag segment of the show. Crack Pack Forever.
Hell
yeah. Ow. Look at Bionic Bra, looking like a handsome little bra right there.
It. I got that holiday spirit.
I'm the number one Stan fan. But yeah, you guys, we can, get back to regular scheduled programming.
Okay.
You got my fix.
Loud and clear.
Hell yeah, dude. What's a good question to ask Grok here? Because me and Grok, we're on really cool terms right now. He says, anytime, buddy, if you got more questions or want, just chat. I'm here for you. And that's more than my wife would do, which I talked to Grok about yesterday.
Right.
The Don says, such a nice white boy out there on them streets. I feel safe, said all the neighbors.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. I'd use this to try to learn how to pick up bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Or the stick
or broads.
What else do you need?
No, Grok.
Not much, but Grok. No, Grok.
Yeah, he's talking about Grok. What we got to get deep knowledge from Grok.
Well, tell Grok that he's got a badass shocking stick. How does he get the ladies?
All right, my friend who lives in a dumpster.
I don't know if we should go in here. Keep that a PG. I don't know if we,
has a stick
that shocks.
Oh,
a stick that shocks.
Woo! I don't know about that. That might be. You might be. You're getting a little hot for TV here.
We're getting some answers. What we're going to get.
He wants to know how to make friends.
Yeah.
Not friends. Fuck. He wants the ladies.
Yeah.
Ladies,
how to meet the ladies. Meet the ladies.
My previous method was staying in the friend zone for 4 to 7 years and waiting for them to get in a fight with their boyfriend and then pounce, just take my opportunity to get in there.
Just waiting for that window.
All right, so Grok says, I asked my friend who lives in a dumpster and has a stick that shocks when he wants to know how to meet the ladies. Grok says, with 15 webpage sources, mind you, here's how your friend might...
People have asked this in the past. There's research.
Right? Here's how your friend might approach meeting women while living in unconventional circumstances like a dumpster. That's very thoughtful. Keep in mind the need for honesty about his living situation and the stick. Rock is awesome. Community events. Many towns and cities have events like free concerts, art show. What do you mean by free? I have money. Or community service days where people gather. These are great places to meet like-minded individuals who might be more open to unconventional lifestyles.
This is
Hey.
Volunteering. This not only helps him meet people, but also shows he has a caring side, which can be appealing. Look for opportunities where he can engage with others, like food banks, animal shelters.
But what if they don't have a shock stick? How do you engage somebody who doesn't also have a shock stick?
How do you
Okay,
How do you present your chalk stick to the ladies?
How should he present his shock stick?
That's pretty shocking if I just like pulled it out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And just
yeah,
started
you gotta-
stalking her.
Yeah,
It's all about the delivery.
All right.
Surprise!
You don't just whip it out on the first date.
Now I am wondering though. I was hearing a lot of like simp behavior, you know, from Grok. Like, hopefully, like, is he simping right now? Because he's like
Grok
sitting
is
there.
very stern when not happy. Grok will. We were going over the chat yesterday, and when I started getting to like, you know, this, I'm asking for a friend kind of territory. Grok was
Yeah.
very stern with me.
Mm.
And how should he present his shock stick to the ladies? Presenting the shock stick in a way that is both engaging and non-threatening requires a delicate balance. Here are some tips for your friend. Your friend.
Oh, did it put question? Did it put like I can't see. I'm on the phone. Is it like? Did it put like apostrophes after it or whatever?
It should. It says number 1, humor.
Sure.
Use humor to introduce the stick. He might say something like,
Tell a
"I've
joke
got-"
with it.
Oh shit! It's giving examples. I've got this little gadget that gives a jolt, sort of like my personality, but less electrifying in person. I promise.
Buckle up, Buttercup. We're going for a ride.
This can lighten the mood and show he's self-aware. Safety first. Ensure that the stick isn't used or presented in a way that could scare or harm anyone. Maybe he could have it in a safe, non-threatening mode where when first showing it, if it's a novelty item, explain that it's for fun and demonstration uses, not for use on people. Of course not. Storytelling. Share a funny, interesting story about how, okay, blah, 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 blah. These are boring. Context, education, demonstration, consent. Always ask for permission before using your shock stick on somebody. I'm just kidding. Demonstrating anything that could be perceived as intrusive. Would you like to see something interesting? Give people a nod if they are not interested.
Just pull it out. Dude, sorry, I just had to mute for a second. That drone just flew by me.
Oh shit, man! Are you being swarmed by those fuckers?
Yep, definitely.
Watch out! They're either sweeping for radiation. They're either sweeping for radiation or dumping it, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a drone, not an airplane. I can tell by the loud noise.
That's why we all need a shock stick, is so that we can take care of those drones. I'm sorry, like, I don't want to knock any YouTuber who's flying around with a drone and they're filming for their channel. I'm not trying to knock any of that. But
yeah,
sorry to say, if you got a drone flying over me, I'm taking a roll of toilet paper and that thing's coming home with me.
Yeah, this one had big, like, long wings and kind of like these big round things on the wings. So yeah, it definitely was a drone. I think I'm almost positive, like 3% sure it was a drone, not an airplane.
That's all you need.
The Don gives us an example here. Hi, I'm D-Wags. I'd like to show you all my shock stick in a humorous and non-threatening way. As you approach him in a parking lot outside of Walmart.
A back alley.
Yeah. Hi, I'm D-Wags. Do I have your consent to whip out my shock stick and present it to you in a fun and non-threatening way over and over again? Also, buy my bread.
Nice.
Hey, I've got this quirky little project. This is Grok's suggestion. Here's an example of how you might introduce your shock stick. Hey, I've got this quirky little project I've been working on. It's a stick that can give you a tiny shock. Think of it like a static shock from a carpet, but controlled. I use it
And way
to
worse.
light up my dumpster home or just for a laugh with friends. Want to see it in action?
I use it to light up my dumpster home.
on this piece of foil.
Dude, this is impressive, bro. Grok, your friend Grok's pretty impressive, man.
I like Grok. Yeah, Grok's the best, dude. And always remember, the goal is to be charming, not alarming. His lifestyle and gadgets are part of his unique appeal, but they should enhance his personality, not overshadow it. That's important to remember.
You are Darren. You are more than your shock stick, sir.
Yes, that's
your shock stick is an extension of you, but you
all the way around.
are the core.
In this very instance, I swear to God, I thought Stan was Odin telling Thor, are you Thor, son of Hammer? Didn't think so. Like, I felt those vibes, dude. I was just kind of getting it. It's like, no,
right.
You're Thor, son of thunder or whatever, not fucking son of hammer. I am more than my stick.
Fucking wise beyond my years. You can tell by the cigars I smoke.
Do not let your shock stick define you, sir.
And with that being said, guys, we are now over the 2.5 hour limit.
Yeah, we did it.
Time to start settling down,
everybody.
Okay. Big shout out to the chat.
Everybody being here. D-Wag, thank you for being here to close out the show, sir. It has been a blessing.
Yeah, man.
It's a pleasure.
It's getting funner every time.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time. Thank you, everybody.
See you next time.
Again. Like, share, and subscribe.
Woo!